Start streaming. Start streaming. Hey, we're live. I think. Why is this? There we go, we're live. Jeez, it was hard work. Yo, yo, yo. Ah. Yo, yo, yo! Hey, what's up, Mr. Shabby? I don't remember what my entrance was last time. I think I just screamed at you. I need someone to start streaming on Discord. Otherwise, yeah. Give me some gameplay. Give me some gameplay that I can get from Discord. No, you can take from Ed now. You're gone. Hey, what's up, Jacob? You have to make sure to actually share it on the Discord, but you can't just play and not let me capture it. It's fine. Oh, jeez. Right, we'll check. Can I hear people? We can. Okay.
Ooh.
All right, so, ta-da!
Hello.
Demo the load.
Yo, yo, yo.
Can we just play the voice clip of David for the whole show? Ah, no, man. Leave this.
That clip was a violation, dude.
Honestly.
It was so good.
I didn't even remember what I was doing. What was I doing? I was just doing a line, didn't I?
Yeah, you were doing it right. You were like, ooh. It's the end of it when you're like.
Yeah, it's whatever that random noise is, man. Like, what on earth is going on?
You hit the
I don't
mask.
know myself.
You channeled the energy of the mask from Crash Bandicoot.
962 megabyte. Whoa.
Are you
Yeah,
getting?
so, everyone, go and play the game.
Ah, did that just change the size of the goddamn window? It did. Son of a bitch.
0.10e.
Yeah, it's because I made the A, B, C, D, E. So that's
Is my microphone picking up a load of like random noise? By the way.
No, there's some
really.
like static when you talk, but other than that, it's fine.
Okay, yeah, because it's just the built-in one, and I've got a fan running, so.
That's not a problem.
Is this controller only?
no, you can play with the keyboard actually. Yeah, fully playable with the keyboard.
Awesome.
Actually,
we didn't say the control.
You didn't what?
I'll figure it out.
Tell them all the controls. Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
Nah, no.
I mean,
Yeah.
the controls are the same as the last time.
Right, what's up, Dumbus? What's up, Cole? What's up, Clown? Yeah, Dado's hitting us from Night City. He's officially out of control. He was a cat earlier. Great. What is that noise? What am I hearing in the background?
It's you,
I
Jan.
think it must be me, man.
Oh, yeah, that is you.
Is it me? Right.
No, it's no.
I'll mute me.
Just unmute when you want to talk.
It's because I've just turned the laptop fans on in anticipation of you like melting every single graphics card going.
Is that normal talking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like this version is very optimized, so it should
welcome.
really run on your laptop very well. Don't turn the fan on.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's got a 3060 in it, so it should be fine, really.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
But that's what everybody thought last time. Do you know, Dan, I think you're so bright, you're actually lighting up my face in my webcam feed from my monitor. The E stands for optimized, 100%.
E stands for Optimus.
Yeah, you're gonna have to let me know if I'm like far too northern for the rest of you, by the way.
Oh, that's fine. I was the
He's
best
from
man at a
all-
Scottish wedding. You're right.
From all over
From
there.
all.
From all. Oh, still got 3 minutes left on this download.
You're supposed to be giving us
You
some
put a
gameplay.
virus in there. This level is not opening either. Jesus Christ.
Unprofessional.
Probably
At
because
least you've compiled the shit.
I'm doing a download at the same time. Look at it. Look at it crawl.
Imagine it was like, yeah, give us some gameplay. And like, got compile shaded for 20 minutes.
Yeah, this is the fantastic. It's just my loading screen. 20 people are just like waiting for something to happen. It's just yeah. And,
So do we have a main menu
well,
on
no,
this
not
one?
too shabby's playing.
No, there's no board menu for this one. It's been killed by Dan. We had one, and it got killed.
That happens.
The serial killer. What did I just download? Oh, I downloaded this game.
Oh, okay.
Guns, you want to switch to not too shabby screen because he's playing?
Oh, hell yeah. Sorry, I didn't realize people were playing yet.
Terrible host.
Right. I was trying to get a game for myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna cancel that. This is my machine.
Ooh, we got a menu now.
Hey, what's up, Sarah?
Holy shit! I've got double frame rate. Nice, nice.
You're welcome. I spent a long time optimizing that.
Deleted all the things that he made that broke.
Oh, there is actually, yeah. So Dan has done a lot of work optimizing it, but there was a bit where I doubled our frame rate by deleting something that I made. Do we ever do parkour in real life? I do on occasion, and David is planning to. I plan to get into it a lot more in the spring. If Dado did, he would be too powerful. He's not allowed to.
What?
Hello, Sally.
If
How are
you've
you?
done parkour in real life, you'd be too powerful.
Really?
I hate that animation.
Oh, Sally is in the chat. Our boss. The boss is here, so kids behave, yeah?
Hey, hey, hey!
Shit.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
100%
dang,
clown.
right
He,
there.
like, David does, he's living through the struggle. That 5-7 struggle. Hard life, but we're here to back him.
Who's 5'7"?
Is there settings menu?
Nope. That has been
Damn.
killed.
Completely killed.
Alright.
Okay.
Killed the setting.
Click through these.
Have you
Shit.
have you put a frame rate cap on?
No, I don't believe so.
Because I'm getting like a rock solid 60
It's very fluid. Sure.
without
Yeah.
like with very little movement.
Are these two black lines normal?
Yeah, that is where you are heading towards for the vault and the climbs. It's just a visual aid.
Why are the timer times my debug times?
Ooh,
Oh, I wanted to change that actually.
ooh, 25, 25. That was a good one.
That shouldn't be coming through.
Oh, my build is done. Let's do this. Let's play.
So on
I
route
found
2
it.
of guns, I just got a 25, 25 on my first really good attempt.
Ah, good man.
Yeah, I've got a little bug if you want to switch to my screen.
Yep, we'll do. Hey, what's up, kittens, cats?
Who's that?
How do you play the demo?
So,
If you back the game,
Noah or
join the
Josh,
Discord, you
whichever
get
one you want to
downloads.
pick.
oh, it's
Jay,
so
Jay's cool.
freaking much better. Good lord. So, David, did you add like a balance thing when you climb up on the walls now?
No, so basically, now when so basically, I'll explain some of the changes that were made, right? Especially with the climbing. So the first thing with the climbing is oh, the wall, the freaking tree is collision. Yeah, the first.
That's what I was going to say. If Guns is on my screen,
I was for
this is a
ages, but
bug,
you weren't
you
doing
can
anything.
climb into the tree.
Okay, yeah. It's theoretically
right.
correct, right? Technically, right? You mean you just,
Yeah, he tries to climb the tree every time.
yeah, that's just yeah, okay, that's fine, yeah. Okay, cool. So far, no big bugs. I thought like after a minute of gameplay, you found something breaking.
Yeah,
I
I've
was like,
broken the
oh,
game
no.
already.
I was like, oh, no.
Like,
Sorry,
I
Lego.
can't jump the wall either, by the way.
Oh, that could be
You
kinda
can't
clean.
jump over this wall.
Hold
I don't know
on.
if anyone's still watching, but yeah, you can't
I'm
actually
on
seem to be
Lego's
able to
stream
jump
at the
the
moment.
wall.
If you just climb on the wall, does it climb over?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the reason is that that wall
Ooh.
is too wide
Wow.
officially to jump over.
That
Yeah.
was so
Ah,
clean.
okay.
That was so clean.
Yeah, Lego.
Where
Sorry.
the-
Sorry.
sorry,
go on.
David. No, go, David.
No, I was just gonna say to Lego. Basically, one of the changes we made was I don't know if you've noticed. If I watch your screen and see how you're playing. Oh, we did add the menu. Yeah. We basically changed the no. So one of the
Come
first
on now.
we gave the
Oh yes, nice.
times way more responsiveness. So it's you go back to locomotion immediately. In the old version, you would have this like weird period of time where
Ah, shit.
you would be stuck in the animation still in order to get you onto the wall, which meant that you didn't have total control over like exactly where your next trajectory was going to be. And I also, if the surface is thin, I also like I say crush, but I basically bring down your trajectory so that you can change direction easier without it like trying to pick an animation that's going to run off in a different direction. So it will still be difficult because momentum is still the overriding factor. It tries to preserve that obviously with the motion matching.
Ooh,
But you can
snap.
now, I don't know if you'll climb stuff, you now be able to change direction much quicker post climb. Some animations like that, like the cat vault, anything done at speed, it'll be more difficult to do so. But for the slow animations, you should be able to climb up and actually like change direction onto a balance or whatever. We're gonna add for the actual release of 010 like some kind of input to specify a stick. Me and Dad have been going back and forth on that, trying to figure out what to do there. And we decided we do need it.
Did you
But we are
happen to
gonna
see
add
that
it. So
vault to the wall balance there?
what did you say, sir?
Yo, can you explain like what's changed for the performance? Because if you remember my like last videos, I was at like 100% CPU and about 30 CPU, and now I'm down to like 50 on a GPU and like 5% on CPU. Like what's actually changed?
So apart from guns screwing up pretty much everything, I also had a little bit of play on the Unreal graphics scalability settings. It's not ideal because the global quality is a little bit worse. So basically, we had a lower anti-aliasing. We render 50% the screen size, and then we upscale it with the AI neural network.
Okay, so will the actual 010 release have the menu?
The real one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will. Yeah, it will have a menu, but actually, I don't know because I was talking to the guys.
I'm getting quite a lot of like shimmering at this resolution.
Shimmering.
Yeah, you know, like I don't know if You can see
No,
across.
I'm playing it now. I'm getting it too, actually.
You know what I mean by that, David?
Yeah, no, I'm playing it now. It's actually, yeah,
Oh, you
yeah,
mean
it's-
the V-Sync is not on?
No, I'm not getting tearing. It's like where the resolution's low, and the edges of the objects are sort of.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is the anti-aliasing, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I wanted to really get a version in which it would run solid 60 frames a second, like all the times, even with potato machines.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, like, so regarding the setting menu, right? The thing that wasn't happy about it is that we have three options: play, settings, and quit. I mean, play and quit were pretty much redundant because, yeah, you can just play and you can just quit without the menu. And the settings were a lot redundant because they were basically one-to-one mapping between what Unreal like suggests you to do and what you can do, which is you had like foliage or texture quality, like all those things that we don't have in the game. So it was very redundant. So I think we're gonna have something, but in a different format.
Okay, cool.
Oh yes, and the other thing, I like if you're running at more than 60 frames a second, it tries to keep at 60 all the times.
Oh, that
Yeah,
was the
that's what I'm
cleanest
noticing.
line.
Actually, it's every time it hits like 61, 2, or 3, it jumps back down to 60 again.
Yeah.
Oh, this new version, guys, is it's good.
Was it true that we worked on the?
Say that again, sir.
Dado did, yes. He worked on Dado.
Let me watch people's streams.
So, Dado, when did you notice that best time for the time trial was coming up with like 5,000 something?
Well, when you say I ask what is their number and they say it's my birthday, so I probably shouldn't have said that. So now everyone is gonna steal your credit card.
Yeah, but this weird because on my system I got rid of that ages ago, and then for some reason somehow it snuck back in, and I don't know when. And I never realized it snuck back in because I fixed it and then tested it. It was fine, and I didn't go back to it.
Oh, David.
No.
Yo,
You've done me dirty here. We can't. So we can't just climb on top of a wall without jumping off.
yeah. I was saying this to Lego. Yeah, like so at the moment we haven't added the stick like input to specify.
You do have more control there when you go up, don't you? So you can pull it to the side and correct yourself.
Are you watching my screen, David?
Yeah, I'm watching your screen.
Yeah, there was a weird little something over there.
Yeah, I just saw. Yeah, it has something to do with the ledge detection, like there.
Has anyone found the session marker yet?
Yeah.
Actually, David, on my screen now, I'm completely stuck in this corner somehow.
Yeah, this. If you just jump, will it get you out?
The rails worked.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it does. It's some weird. I think because of some capsule resizing, it's causing you to get stuck in that thing. We're gonna have a look at that in a bit. Okay, cool. That's not too. Okay, I was actually aware of that. Actually, that was a bit of a. Yeah, and the climb there, I'm seeing a couple. Yeah, where it pulls you to a weird point. At that point, you should probably bail or something. And
The vaults are a lot more responsive. A lot more.
Who said that, sorry?
Jaco.
What was it? Yeah, what did you say, sorry?
I said the vaults are a lot more responsive.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Oh. I've just had some sort of weird bug where I did step vault up to a surface, and once it landed the vault, it like reversed the animation back to the start again.
Try to do it again.
Yeah, I'm trying now. I don't know if you go on my screen, it's that troublesome corner again.
Moi aussi. Ouais.
I can't get it to repeat actually.
Yeah, there seems some like to be some like individual instances of some ledge going a bit crazy in terms of the detection of stuff.
There we go.
Oh, so that's I think that is actually there. So with the clamp of the scale, it's not pulling it back. It's actually just not making it up and over.
Mindy. Je vais faire le pain. Tu veux quoi pour le pain?
Yeah, because there we actually need one where you launch up onto the surface, so it's jumping over but landing higher. So sometimes it doesn't always make it over in that case. That's actually a case that we need to add like some form. Because it works really well jumping down things and jumping on same ground. Vaulting up and stuff doesn't work as well because I mean in theory though it's a different animation, right? Like you can't necessarily speed step onto something of the same height, right? You're gonna do something slightly different.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I get you.
It's sort of a climb. So
this is fixed now, isn't it? So we can actually get over this wall finally.
Oh yeah.
Stuff going on with the reverse.
Yeah, that drove me a bit insane last time actually.
Whoa.
You can actually navigate these tight spaces a lot easier as well now.
Can you also one change you made now like so there's when you land you can actually go straight into another climb again with like even if it's a roll whatever. So obviously so like that you can chain together your climbs way better now.
Yeah, that's a lot better. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, the legislation did sound a bit stupid there. So yeah, that's
oh nice.
That is
you can just hold the
main
trigger as
thing
well,
there.
can't you? You don't have to repress.
Yeah, you can just hold the trigger and you do back to back, and it's pretty smooth. And we don't have a ton of like different falling. And one thing that we'd like to add is like if you're falling and you're saying preempt another climb, try and land in a way that is preemptive of you're going to climb again, so that the blend between the two is really smooth. So that's something to add, I think.
Oh man, like when you add precisions, like being able to just run and then dive over here onto this ledge, something like that is going to be so cool.
So we can't die in water anymore.
No, that's been temporarily pulled. It will more likely come back in some form, but it's been temporarily pulled for now.
It seems the balance issue actually isn't there.
If you jump off into like the ocean, I believe it will still restart you. Yeah.
You to the bottom of the map.
No, it should teleport. It should restart you back to the player spawn.
Yeah, it does.
Whoa. That was weird.
Oh, David.
Oh, nice.
Yo.
Session marker. I just had an idea. If the box is open for too long with no input, it should probably close itself. Because if you've accidentally opened it, but you don't want to place a session marker, you have no way of closing it.
Yeah, it's very true.
Literally, as you're saying that, I've just discovered that.
Yeah, someone who am I watching right now? Oh no, I'm watching you. That's why. Yeah,
that's me. Yeah.
Yeah. That is actually true because the only exit now is that's a problem.
Oh, it leaves a little footprint now. That's cute.
Yeah, I think the other problem with that is that theoretically, that no matter what, that is a visual, like it's going to be stuck in a screen unless you use an action.
Yeah,
you can't change your mind.
We should maybe just put a timer on it. So it's like if you go 10 seconds or something, or 5 seconds without doing an input.
10 seconds is quite a long time. If like 2 seconds in, you're like, I don't want to change it. Having that on the screen for 8 seconds is quite problematic.
Okay, so we'll make it shorter. Then make it like 3 or 5 seconds or something. Like it should have like
But
a
it might-
decent window.
It's the tricky bit is like that might not be enough. It's such a weird. It's because it's like you need enough time to like place yourself accurately, but then not too long where it's like you might need a way to just close it. To be honest,
Yeah, but it's an extra button.
Oh man, so we can actually
Oh,
vault.
no,
it
button.
might be a hold if you hold the up button maybe or something like that.
No, because you'd have to release it to go down. So you still have to put that timer in, regardless.
We also do things on button press, not button released, which is a problem.
Honestly, I think
Nice.
just
Button release is so
How
much
do you
slower.
button press? Really?
just have the menu close after like 5 seconds. If you do an input, it closes early. If you don't, it closes after
Nice.
5.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that's just easier.
And then if it feels wrong, if it feels like it's on the screen too long, then we can change the time.
We can change it around or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could play around with that. That's not too.
Nice.
I just refixed that best time problem again. So now if you haven't set a time, it will come up as 0, 0.
Oh,
0's all the way through. Not my birthday.
one thing I still cannot get the grasp of is the reverse vaults. Actually,
I think it's buggy at the moment. I had some really strange thing.
I can do them repetitively. Like I can do them.
Yeah, same actually.
Really?
Rush
Really?
can't
Okay.
do them now.
Like I'm doing it
Who's-
right now, and I can
Who's saying that? Sorry.
Jaco's saying.
Yeah, like I'm over here on these walls, and I can just repetitively do them.
I think the issue is the height stuff of it. Like I think the reverse is very like doesn't
Oh,
have
that's
as much
nice, actually.
as Z. Like it as compared to like the cat pass, for example.
See, like I don't know if you've seen that.
Oh yeah, that's really nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Into way.
Look at me go, boys.
Oh wait, this first person.
oh,
Oh, yeah. There's a okay, don't try first person. I repeat. Try.
Well, I think I'm gonna try it.
No, worst thing you could have ever said.
Yeah.
Don't try this thing.
Don't try. Yeah.
My favorite
I'm
thing about first
obligated to give it a
person.
go.
My favorite thing about it is you can see the shadow from the camera.
First person is good.
You press F on your keyboard.
Don't tell them.
Controller.
I don't know if it's
Oh.
on controller.
the first person is actually quite cool in the balance, especially when you're like, I don't know if you can see my screen yet, but it's actually quite cool.
Really cool.
It actually makes
That was inadvertent actually.
it makes the water look more threatening. Actually, it's quite cool.
It's really cool. Like, yeah, I'm looking at it and it looks really cool.
That's a nice find, yeah.
Yeah, we knew that totally, and that's why we made it. Duh.
Yeah, that was.
What are you on about? We don't dev things by accident. We don't. Totally.
Wait.
And I was totally for the first person, unlike everyone else.
I was gonna say after all the time we spent arguing.
No,
about
no,
whether
no,
we
no,
should
don't
have
get
it,
about me. I was an advocate.
Why is that not like
We may found a user case for first person, which is
Balancing.
The balance looks, the balance looks really cool in that first person. Okay, I don't know if you're still watching.
Oh no, I'm on someone else's now. You had enough screen time. So... no, I'm coming around.
Finding the holes.
No, it's Guns is terrible rails.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the rails still broken.
No,
I
they're
knew it.
fixed.
Yeah, no, they don't actually work. But
No, they're
Guns
fixed.
is just he's just.
Oh
so
damn!
broke.
Oh,
The rails are
that was
perfect.
smooth.
How does it feel in general? Does it feel cleaner than the last one? Well, I mean, minus the fact you can actually play because the frames aren't terrible.
I killed Josh, guys. I'm in a wall.
No.
Yeah, no, this
Which
is
wall are you at?
much more playable than the previous.
Oh
version.
yeah.
I mean, just the fact that we don't have the like infinite running bug, that alone would have been enough.
Oh, Jacob, can you restart with the start button or R? Or
It's the select button on the controller or R on the keyboard.
What is the button on the controller?
Select.
Select. Okay.
Jacob, how did you get that? How did you get into the wall? I want to know whose fault it is. If you say
You know
clan,
already, yeah.
was
I
it from
ragdolled.
Ragdoll's
Oh,
on
you
me!
ragdolled.
Ragdoll's
Oh,
on me!
fair, that's your fault then. That's a you problem.
That's a you problem.
Yeah, that's a you problem, mate. Then just be better at the game. Do you know what I mean? Just don't ragdoll.
Okay. That makes sense.
No, it's quite cool watching because it looks like everyone can actually play more. I don't know if that makes.
It's so much more fluid. Like the vaults just seem so much more responsive. Like I don't.
Just feels less delayed.
Yeah, I
General.
feel like you gave us a bigger window of when we can deploy our vaults. I feel like.
Kind of like in first person.
Yeah.
No.
I'm actually loving it, man. This is awesome.
But you're balancing. That's the balancing different story. Because I mean that is
Playing
pretty
it in
cool.
general.
Oh,
It's awesome.
I don't want to say
first
I
person
told you
balancing.
so.
That's pretty cool.
I don't want to say I told you
okay,
so.
I didn't even think of that, but even in general, it looks pretty cool.
First person balance is really cool.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm looking at your screen. It looks sick.
I tell you. What did I tell you?
No, but no. It looks sick, but you can't see the hands and stuff. You can only see the feet, and we probably could make it work.
The hands, if
Is
you can.
everyone playing in first person now?
Yeah.
First person.
Hey, how well it looks so good. Like, what the hell?
Oh,
I'm telling you.
Oh man, you get such a good sense of like depth as well. So like being on top of this wall, I don't know if you can see, but being on top of this wall actually feels like you're off the ground.
Maybe balance. Listen then. Obviously, maybe you can swap out. Nah, you can maybe just swap into it. I guess it's just an expert choice thing. Maybe both. But this looks really cool. I mean, balancing in first person looks really cool.
Oh, I agree though. Like the regular gameplay doesn't. No, not for first person for me personally, but
Maybe if there's hands that could be seen.
I mean, if it works, may as well.
pretty sure you can see hands in like a single
Yeah,
frame.
I love how defeated you
Some
sound,
will.
David.
I hate how good it looks.
You sound so defeated.
Yeah, there, you can see hands. Just sort of.
oh,
Just
Beautiful.
look down.
It's weird.
It's annoying how good it's looking.
You
The fact
climb.
navigate with it is even more annoying. It's a good problem, but I hate that it's good. I was hoping it's gonna be so but if it's and the balance just looks absolutely amazing in first person. It's almost criminal to not use the balance in first person.
I feel
man, I
so
agree with that one.
vindicated.
It's like falling from
Yeah,
high drops.
it
It
really
looks
gives
sick.
you a fear factor the first person.
it absolutely works for the balance. There's no doubt on that one.
Oh wow, I'm looking at I Am Groot, and yeah, like that.
Oh, that's
that one looks
Sarah, isn't it?
cool.
Yeah, it's
It's
not.
alright.
It's not. I am Groot, but yeah.
Sorry, I didn't have the full name.
I'm looking at Groot playing, and
Go on, Groot.
Oh,
the pressure got to them.
you know, like that first person works well on the balance.
Oh bullshit.
Oh, Sarah, if you get stuck like that, press select on the controller or just press R on the
R on
keyboard.
the keyboard. Select on the
There you go.
controller.
Your guns.
Yo.
The press left on the D-pad to reset the time trial. The text overlays the
Yeah.
timer.
Yeah.
Rookie errors, honestly.
Knob.
Just call me a knob.
I'm gonna get some food and then watch people continue to play. I mean, what's nice is that the number of resets are far less frequent, which is nice. And you guys are actually doing a lot of things in like a 5-minute gameplay window.
Seems he fixed the running in mid-air thing.
Does it? I mean, the main thing from my changes, but do you? And in general, I think, especially with Dada's vaults, and just the general locomotion, does everything just feel more responsive? Like, does it coming out of climb?
It's better. I also think, like, have you fixed that like camera/player movement bug where you couldn't look a certain direction and it was yeah, that seems to have made a big difference.
Okay. Well, we'll just call it there. It seems like a good $20 in Steam. Just sell the game now.
Why did you just price that in dollars?
I don't.
It's like
Fuck.
$30.
I don't really know.
Yeah, but David's not an American. That's what I'm saying.
I think you're.
How do you set a waypoint on keyboard? How do you do
sorry,
this?
you can't.
can't
Yeah,
give
that is,
Oh,
so that's no.
Session
That's
markers
against
controller
all
only,
that.
man.
that's Guns' fault.
Poor Guns.
It's fine.
Yeah, I think you're closer to having a game than you have been so far. Completely.
Yeah, that's good.
No, but I mean, you know, like you said before that you felt like 0.9 was a step back, etc. Like this is clearly a massive step forward.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think like now it's
Oh,
almost
that fucking
at the point
post,
that
I
we
hate
can
it.
get a gameplay. Like we can really think about gameplay.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I
how
mean.
do you
Like,
actually play the game, right? Yeah, what do you do in the game, right? Yeah.
yeah, like I can actually play this rather than just like
David.
obviously this is very much still test, but you can actually play it rather than just die every 1 second and have to restart the level.
David, did you just promise that we'd have
So
session
Lego
markers?
there, and I know that ledge is thin, right? But how was it fairly easy to just turn and go up onto the next bit?
Yeah, it was actually not like this wall. It was not that hard to get on it actually.
Yeah, because that was the thing. Like, we don't do this. Like, we will add a you can stick in. Oh, maybe you might have picked a stick animation to be fair, because we will add a specific input to like force it. But
So I remember before I wasn't able to
It would-
time this properly.
yeah, it preserved your momentum too much. Like now you actually get input control straight away after. So if you actually like push in the direction you want to go before you've even before you start to blend out, you'll actually know you'll immediately try and match your animation that direction. So obviously with a like blend, so it doesn't just go.
Oh, that just looks too
Nice.
cool, man. Doing gaps in first person's too cool.
2509 on Route 2. That's a good time.
Shadow,
Nice.
Yeah.
there's a small like performance bug. When you restart the level, you get like 100%.
Oh, yeah. That's Gun's fault. As expected. Yeah. And there is also a big performance issue. Like the first time you use the respawn menu, it just like freezes for half a second.
So something I noticed, I don't know if this is on purpose or not, but like looking at a wall, I got 2 black marks in front of my position.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that is basically where you're gonna hit the wall if you were to climb or jump over. Like that's
It's like a targeting.
Yeah.
I assume you're gonna like have an option where we can turn it off.
Oh yeah, I mean probably that's like a minor thing. Yeah.
I just want to
It's
say
not
my
good,
vote
but
has always
I would
been to
like
not
it.
have it.
It was your
Okay.
fault, Guns, because you voted not to have it. That's why they did it.
Yep. Also, David's gone now. I was going to ask him. I think Dado. I think David has just promised that we'd have session markers for the keyboard tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Okay. I mean,
We don't
that's
have any
quite
UI,
useful, right?
but we don't have any UI for it.
I mean, it's silent mode. Yeah, it's okay.
We can have a a visible one, but we don't have any UI for it.
But you know my stance on the UI on the session marker anyway. So.
Just if you have any other secret keybind you're holding from us. Inverted? Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Inverted
inverted
controls?
is why. Yeah, why you invert the control.
Oh.
I mean, it's not a new feature. I mean, we had it in the previous version, the session marker.
This is true.
Yeah. We
It
had
was
it
very
Occasionally,
ugly.
though, but I don't mind.
I mean,
Oh,
it
the
does to a
session
degree.
marker. Yeah, no, but they were broken. Yeah, they were totally broken.
To be fair, it worked. You just couldn't. You had no feedback.
It worked. It worked fine.
You just didn't know when you were using it.
Right.
You just couldn't reset timers anymore. But I don't care that much about timers.
Yeah, I'd say if you add a couple more stuff to first person, it will be a really cool feature. Because it's already
Yeah,
good
the first
enough.
person's not horrible right now as is. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like
interesting about the first person is that I added like 5 minutes, and it was like almost a bug. And it's like, and I knew that it could have been a nice one.
So think about you developing to it 5 minutes more. It would be amazing.
Why is my... I don't know why, but my like Discord streams are going really low quality, really pixelated.
It's probably Discord.
Yeah, Discord is not liking that we have.
It's annoying.
Ah,
It's a really weird blend as well because it's like a smooth frame rate, but like a mosaic pixelated image.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably get like Discord Nitro or something to have really high quality streams.
I've got Nitro.
oh dang!
Oh, the people who are streaming.
Yeah, that's
probably
probably
need
if nobody else
Yeah.
has it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Is
can
it ever-
see Not Too Shabby and Jaco and everyone has got Nitro, right? That's true.
We need to
Actually, no, Ma, you're the only one that haven't got.
Oh man, you know, I'm still living that student life somehow. I
So
can't
if you
Nitro.
so if you ragdoll, you can't travel back to your session marker.
Ah, really?
I'm stuck in a wall.
And
Dana,
it
can you
glitches,
join
and
the
it
new
glitches
meeting,
the
please?
character out. This is kind of weird.
Dana.
Oh,
Oh,
Look at this.
Okay, yeah.
stuck in a wall.
Oh, Lego, what have you done?
Everything's okay. Just stuck in a wall.
This is Jaco talking
Oh.
about the session marker.
So with the balancing mechanic, is the like long-term plan like how are you going to differentiate between running along a wall and balancing on a wall?
Completely.
You would balance fast, I think.
Movement speed?
Yeah, that we'd have. I think we'd probably mocap balancing at different movement speeds.
Yeah, but for example, like if you view my stream now,
I already am.
so if I want to run up and climb this wall, right now I've got no way of doing it. But so like, what's the plan for that?
We'd have to get some mocap of like Benj or whoever from the STORROR team doing runs on walls that like where they're balancing, and they have to like a balance run. You can't just like sprint across surfaces. So if you're in the balance, if you're on a wall that would require balancing, we just need mocap for balancing quickly.
Oh, you mean like the logic will always be it's a balance mode, but some of those balance modes are like running balances effectively.
Yeah. If you hold down the sprint button now, you do like a little hop. As like a That's the closest mocap we've got for like a running balance. What the what the hell is that, Dado?
Oh god.
You get to be split across 2 webcams as well because David's not back yet.
Oh wow.
Makes it even better.
It makes it so much worse.
That makes it better.
Strawberry plate.
A strawberry split. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's much better. You can just I don't know, you can just flow it so much better.
So we're gonna have a competition about
Ooh.
the best like flowy, clean, like without any glitches line wins something. I don't know what, but
Reward
big
undetermined.
prize. Yeah.
God, that strawberry's making me so uncomfortable, Dado.
And then like he's moving all over this. Why is he going there
It's
now?
so
Why the
massive on my monitor as well. It's huge.
It's amazing.
Oh, really? I should swap you guys around. Because then when I look at your side, I'm actually looking at the webcams. Yeah, that makes more sense. I love how much debate we had about whether or not a first person should even be done. And now everyone's like, first person, first person, first person, first person.
We need it, man. It's the greatest thing that's ever been made so far.
I've been
Well, I
advocating
mean,
for
just to
first
say, you
person
guys
for a
did
long
kind
time.
of. It was advertised in the.
Yeah, it was actually. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, no. From the very beginning, we said, well, let's have both. Yeah.
Oh, that was a hell of a jump.
I always prefer having a first-person camera to a third. It just makes me feel like I don't have to explain it.
See, I like both for different reasons, personally. I like general gameplay in third person, because that's still the animations in that. But I like choosing like cinematic moments and stuff, or doing like a line that I've practiced in first person, because it feels quite intense.
Okay, am I inside of a wall? I think I'm inside. Yeah, I'm inside of a wall.
Are you in third person or first person?
I was in third
Did you guys add a
person.
jump to the A button?
Oh, you are completely inside of that building.
Yeah, let me show how I did it. So I was in first person, obviously. Jumping over here. Then I went for the long jump over here, and I think I kind of just weirdly glitched through here and into there.
I wonder if you just slipped through between collision checks.
We'll check, see if I can do it again.
If you do more first person stuff,
yeah,
would
that's
the camera move with each of the cat passes differently?
Well, for a final first person camera.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, interesting. I imagine my guess would be that for a final first person camera, we'd want to try and make it like almost as if you've got a GoPro in your mouth type thing. So it's like a kind of a steady cam, but it's still your body movements and you're still seeing your arms and everything like that. Would be my guess.
You think on the first person cam, you can just like hear the sound effects of someone having a mouthpiece and just them gripping onto the camera?
It'd be cool, but it'd have to be quiet and subtle.
I feel like the first person really has to be that GoPro mode, right?
But the GoPro in the mouth.
Yeah, well, obviously, like visually and everything, it's got to be the GoPro mode, right? But then, I'm looking at it. It does really look really cool.
Also, David, can you join the new meeting?
Maybe
please?
It's very interesting.
Yeah, maybe it's a cinematic moments thing.
I can go through that.
I do think it will impact gameplay, especially like when you play with people and like compete and stuff. You can't like be like half the people in first. Because then it's like, what are the advantages?
Yeah, but you could lock the camera mode. For
you can lock it.
So
you
could
also
have
first person only events as well.
Yeah, you could have.
It's not really an excuse.
Also, can you join the new meeting, please?
Oh, no one's seen my beautiful face. Wow.
No, we're currently seeing Dado's fucking creepy strawberry.
You missed the strawberry, David.
Can I see the strawberry, please?
You'll see it in a second.
Can I see the strawberry?
He's not in the Google Meets. Just do the tile view so you can see him. It's worse
I
than
can
the
see it,
classes.
and I no longer want to see it.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
What's bad is I have to keep it on my screen because if I minimize it, Discord stops capturing it. So I have to have this thing here all the time.
Look at
Well, you
that.
don't know, that's actually how Dado looks in real life. You guys just haven't seen him yet.
Right, I'm gonna grab some food as well now that David's back, and I leave you with the strawberry.
I'm trying to figure out if
This
I clip
is
through the
so
roof, it's
much
because
more
of me in first
fluid.
person.
This is with the filter off.
It's freaky. This is with a little.
It's
Oh,
yeah, it's to me it's definitely just more playable. Like it's more a game now, so more complete for sure.
Feels so much better now.
I mean, after the
I
first
can
person
actually
camera,
just run around and be able to do everything I pretty much, for the most part, want to do. Like,
What's
Mate,
crazy is
what?
that we really don't have as much coverage as we want to either. Like, there's so much more like coverage on climbs, coverage on step ups, coverage on
But
like
at this,
those
oh,
kind
for
of
sure,
scenarios
there's room
when
to
you're
improve,
closest.
but
There's loads to add, and I mean in general, just like then like sticks in terms of choosing to stay on the wall, and then
oh, dude,
you know like it's nice to see that you're actually able to play it like it's a game when a lot of the game's features are missing. So that's
are
reassuring.
there Kong vaults
it's
in this
very
game
yeah,
yet?
it's very promising. We just know it's gonna grow so much more from here.
What was that question? Someone asked.
Is there Kong vault in the game yet?
Yeah.
Oh.
If you hold the right trigger and you flick up, you do a Kong. With flick up with the right thumbstick. LT and RT can both be used to climb. Kind of. So like LT is dedicated climb. Because RT is the parkour mode. If you do it and you feed it an input that it can't fulfill correctly, it will default fall back to like you climb.
I think we're going to change that though. I think remember speaking with that, but I think we're going to change that to like specific try and jump up things, but we just don't have the animations for it.
Oh, fair.
And then if you can't do it, if you can't jump up it, it just won't like. If you try and jump up like a really high wall, you're just gonna like jump. You'll do a splat basically, as like a bail, but it's not really a bail. It is a splat, which can be quite cool because if you're high and you jump to a wall, you'll splat and then drop down, that kind of thing.
I saw that there's a animation where I think if you turn while running, your character like
just if it's right type thing.
Stumbles onto the floor.
Oh yeah, that animation comes up so rarely, but I love it when it does. It's such a cool animation. So that's part of the motion matching. So if you're going fast enough and you turn a corner sharp enough, he'll do a little stumble. But it's actually quite hard to get it to play, to be honest. Also, David, I just noticed with the session marker, and I know I'm going to say it like it's an easy thing, but I know it's not easy because of how we do the animations. But before you teleport for the session marker, like when you get teleported, any animation playing needs to be stopped.
It's stopped.
Yeah, well, it needs to be because currently, like, if you're halfway through a roll and teleport, carry on the.
No, that's fine. That's actually easy. That's easy. What we'll do is, I think, for the actual build, we'll spend a day actually on the session marker because we kind of just do it together. Well, in a couple like 2 hours last evening, right? So we'll, if not even like an hour or so, we just kind of made it quickly. We'll spend a day on it and we'll figure out the whole like. We'll sort the UI, sort the like closing the menu, opening all that shit.
Also
with that, I think if we had like a sorry, go.
No, you finish. That's my bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think we need a little buffer, just like a short period of time where it is like if you're in the middle of animation, either finish or start to fade out or blur or whatever you do to the screen, and then in that period of time, we're gonna stop them on whatever you're playing, and you're gonna revert back to being idle at your session marker, basically facing whatever direction, or I think ideally facing whatever direction you are.
You could do it with like a fade thing, so it hides it. If it was just like a buffer or like a buffer or delay on the feedback to the input, I think that'd be horrible. But if you're doing it as like
no. I mean, in terms of you're going, and then it's just like the fade hides like any like stops of any animation. So say if you're like if you trigger it while you're falling, right, it will just fade out to black, and then you'll fade back in, no longer falling. basically. So we'll almost do like a reset of the character.
Yeah.
Which is what it should be anyway, actually, to be honest.
Found a little bug. When you ragdoll, and you get up and you go back to your session marker, you can't move. You have to jump or start moving again.
That's Dado's fault, ragdolls. That's not us. We didn't touch that. I've missed a couple messages in the YouTube chat. An input. Wait, so much more playable. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. An input for 360 jumps and gainers would be super nice to add soon if possible. Rotations and like body rotation, things like that will get added at some point in the future, but it'll be a whole system that gets put in place, so that probably won't be for a while.
Jumping and grabbing ledges.
Hashtag blame Dado, 100%. 100. Yeah, I imagine like a ledge grab would come before body rotations.
I think that's the thing I want to work on next. I think Dado's gonna go and do like precisions probably, and continue the jumping. I'm gonna keep going with the climbing. And, I think really that grab, because I mean when we play with Drew, like this level is actually just made for it. It's ridiculous. Like I don't even know how sound it is. It's just made for those grabs. So
the thing is, this level was just made to be a parkour arena. It wasn't made for like the mechanics we currently have. It's just like it's had everything in it.
Yeah. So yeah, 100%. That's one of the things that I really, really want to add.
Yeah.
That grab. That's probably the next thing. Well, after I think after we do this, once we get the climb, like the general moving on the climb, like you can stick on the walls, you can do precisions, and the next, I guess. So when we were talking about this, the next like few things that are very achievable, and I think will come within the next month after 010 will be, and for 011 basically, or 012, one of the two, because I think we'll try and do like a content release in between. So it's like character, like different stories. So a character selects you can play as the different stories, because we actually have all of the meta humans. We just need to be able to change the meshes, which is super simple. So I think that will be a content release in between, but we just got to do a UI and thing for all of that and being able to change. And if you want to change in game, we can do that.
Chain is just so good.
Can't wait till you guys implement precision jumping. I feel like that will open up a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
To this.
So that's one. Next is precisions, and then it'll be strides and plyos, because they work very similar to running jumps and even similar to climbs, and they work really similar to the vaults basically. But once we have precisions, or vice versa. I think strides and plyos might even come next. To be honest, I think we kind of made that a brainstorm the way to do it, and it made logically it makes like it sounds very doable. We said that about 09, and 7 months later we're there. Yeah, but it does actually sound doable. So also, hopefully that's next.
Also, David, I've just seen a problem with the climbing, a bug for the climbing system.
No,
it's
the bug.
So you know Dado's got it where like if you're doing like a landing animation, you can interrupt it with a new climb.
Oh yeah.
So it changes. I just seen
that's fine. That I was aware of, because if you're like in a row, you can just break out into a climb, right?
No, that's not what I was going to say. Part of that though, I've just noticed, someone tried to like do a gap that was too big, basically, to reach the thing and climb. And when they landed,
me on that one?
The ledge was way too high now. Possibly, I can't remember. The ledge was way too high, but it had already like captured that point. So then it interrupted the landing animation and warped him up to the top.
Yeah.
By watching Jacob, because that's what I was just doing. Yeah.
Could you show me that again?
Are you doing it again? Can you? Yeah, I think it was you, Jake.
Because you were like,
can you go?
Because you were like already in the air at the correct height. Then press the button to grab it.
Yeah, but it let you hit
then
the ground.
Fell further down and then teleported.
Yeah. Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So right here, I think so. I didn't do it that time.
Oh no, maybe it wasn't yours watching. It was someone between the two, the big.
Oh, well, I was doing it over here because like you can glitch it over here too. To like so if I jump and do it right, I glitch over and grab the wall.
Okay, yeah, yeah. There's a couple things. I mean, even now with the falling, you can theoretically interrupt a climb at any time if your actual distance to the wall is on it. So, which is problematic because one of the things we also need to do is like preemptively choose the fall if you're like still holding climb whilst you're falling, right? So you should almost like land in a way that will best.
Right there. See
Yeah,
that?
yeah. So what's happening there? I think you're reaching. That's something to do with the fall. So you're reaching the land stage of the fall quite early. It allows you to then climb, and then you trigger the climb. The blend is like straight away. So
Right.
with that, the fall needs to be. You need to fully fall basically, and then I hit the ground surface there. Okay, that makes sense. Let me make a note of that.
I found
probably
an issue with the vaults.
Yep. Who's that?
If you got a Lego stream.
Who that? Lego. It's loading. Lego.
So I see, like, with walls like these, instead of the character going more on the top one, he seems to be aiming at the bottom one with the black lines.
The context off. Context is off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Context. Yeah, I remember seeing that quite a bit. It does some weird stuff as well with climbs. Any like protruding surfaces, it can have a habit of picking the higher one, but doing a vault that aligns with the lower one, which is very wrong. So you might find you're doing a cat climb, sort of like Kong vault climb thing that goes really high, and you're like, what the hell? But it's because it thinks it's lower than it is, or something like that. So, yeah.
Blame Dado.
Yep. Hashtag blame Dado.
But yeah, being able to chain your vaults and climbs together is a game changer though, for sure.
Yeah, definitely improve that. Like once that the fall and the land like is preemptive of a climb, and it just in general is like, because then because like I don't know if you've noticed it, the roll, you can be in a roll and then try and climb, and it'll snap to the climb
like
animation
snap
because
out of it.
Yeah, we're because there's some things with like using a standard blend and using inertialization, and it does some weird things there because the climbs use a standard blend and the motion matching, and I think the vaults use inertialization. So there's like that separation causes some problems. But just inertialization fixes it, but then it's crap for some of the other blends. So yeah, some fixes there. But yeah, I think once the fall and landing is like those ones were kind of just a couple of things to iron out there. But yeah, hopefully then we'll get like you pick animations that are more suited for. I see what you mean at the session marker guns.
Oh, it just hangs on the screen.
No, it's he's rolling. He went back to the session marker and he was still rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's annoying. Let me see.
My opinion on this build though is just bravo, like for sure.
Oh, Dado and David done some amazing work. It plays so well.
Yes, definitely improved it from last version, which is awesome.
Oh, tremendously improved. Like even it runs even smoother. Like it's definitely optimized way better. I do get that shimmering though, but the shimmering I can deal with other than lag.
I probably need to cancel my game.
If you already have that 360 jump animation, we call
Why will he not
R1 jump spin
balance
right,
on
R1
that?
spins
Is
left.
that
Yeah, the thing is,
big?
fam. So the way that the motion matching works, you couldn't just like do that 360 jump whenever you want because it wouldn't line up with what step and speed Josh is at and that. You'd have to be meeting those conditions, so that it could accurately pick that animation. In terms of controlling which way you rotate, at some point when we do get around to doing like body rotation and spin type systems, there'll be like an actual system in place for controlling body rotation, but you'd still have to like, you couldn't force a specific animation. You would still have to meet the conditions to get it. I mean, we can force animations for debug purposes, but you guys can't.
Yeah. Now you can, yeah. It just won't look good, yeah, like you said. And the thing is, it'll look alright, actually. That's the thing. Like, we can't force, like... But I also think there's no point in doing it unless you have a specific input for it, right? Like, until we figure out what is our input going to be for a 360 jump, there's just no point in. It's either you don't get them or you get them and it's random, right?
But also, what's the point in doing a motion matching system if you're just then going to start forcing animations anyway?
Forcing animations, right? Literally,
just do a normal
purpose, right?
Just do a normal system where you pick which animation plays.
I just found a spot where I climbed into a wall and I'm stuck.
You need to stop finding those. Just stop finding them.
Yeah, that's Dan's fault.
It's over here.
Yeah, that'll be to do with your capsule resizing. Are you able to jump out of there?
Um,
I thought you stopped resizing the capsule.
No, we do, but on the fall, I think there is some kind of so yeah.
There
With
we
the climbing, there is no capsule resizing, no caps. We do kill collisions. We might not need to in a bit, depend because of the way we do it now. But I do it for just for safety. We kill collisions between like the hand rest time and so that when you do pops like this, you can your waist can pass through a lot closer to the wall, so it's way more accurate. Because we don't scale the capsule.
Because the capsule's
depending
not
on your.
Because the capsule's not actually accurate to the mesh; it's an approximation of.
Yeah.
But
we might change that because we actually added a curve. So for the jumps, what we do now, for the jumps, especially for the climbs, we calculate like how far you need to go to the wall, the scale distance of like how far is my jump to hang. So I don't know if you know now the previous one, it would like the IK would be doing way like a lot more, because it would the way it was calculating scales and doing stuff was like for just the entirety of the jump to landing, which was wrong because you need to be at the wall when I grab the wall, right?
Yeah.
Like I can't be at say I need to be at the wall when I land. It's like, well, no, your hands need to be at the wall when they touch the wall. So you need to scale appropriately that section so that happens. But if you scale over too big of a period, it doesn't. There's going to be a discontinuity. So we brought that back. Then done both the scale and the skew to basically be like the jump scale appropriately so it reaches the wall, and then use the skew as like a distance and time thing so that it reaches the landing point when I say so, in the animation. But now it goes off your hand height and stuff like that, and we calculate like the distance your hand is away from your pelvis, so like your root, which theoretically next we will scale the capsule based on that. So your capsule is either like if your hands are really far out, your capsule is big, and if they're really close, your capsule is smaller. So then as you're doing a climb up, it should shrink down as you pull into the wall so that you can pass fluidly over without any problems. But that might still be problematic. I don't know how. There's something about scaling and collisions and touching the capsule in any way is just always a bit sketchy.
You need to set up a super complicated system where rather than one capsule approximating the volume of Josh, it should be like capsule for each body part. It's also capsule, arm capsules, leg capsules.
Yes, it becomes super techie there.
Oh, it becomes hell on earth, but it would be accurate.
Way more traces and that stuff. Yeah, it's like with the single capsule. Like as long as you're like now, one of the changes was like I don't touch the capsule, scale it. I don't touch it at all.
Yeah.
And like I just disable collisions in a very controlled time. So when your hand starts resting on the wall and when you land, there's no collisions for that brief period of time.
Yeah.
But it's way better because Oh, that was really good. What the fuck? Sorry, who am I watching?
Who are you watching?
I don't know. Who was I just watching?
Is technology defeating you?
I think it was Sarah.
Oh fuck! The strawberry's back.
Strawberry's back.
Oh no.
Oh.
That's what you don't want, isn't it? Running into the wall without climb up.
Have you boys changed up the map a little bit as well?
Sorry?
Have you boys changed up the map a little bit as well, or is it just the exact same as the last version?
I mean, layout-wise and what's available is the exact same. The actual meshes have been changed in a lot of places and tidied up and separated into multiple parts. There's still some that need doing, but all the important ones are done, I think.
I feel like I'm seeing new areas for the first time.
Honestly, it's probably
just get there.
Yeah, it's probably just that the game's more accessible to play now, so you're finding yourself ending up in more places.
Ah.
I don't know what was in that E, but this is a huge improvement. Keep it family friendly. This isn't a party stream.
When we were playing with Drew, he was like, it was like the one couple, like just a couple prelims before this. It was like, it's crazy how he was going to places that I didn't even know were in the map, and obviously we see this map every day, right? I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like, I had no clue where he was, because obviously we hadn't had the gameplay to a point where you could actually, and even now it still isn't there, right? There's still so many places this
There's
map
still
you
a
can't
couple
get
places
to.
you can't get to, yeah.
Like, there's quite a few, right? Because I know, and you can see them, you can be around them, you could probably get to them, but in terms of accessibility, you really need to be able to jump and grab and then pull up.
I
Right?
found
Yeah.
a really cool place to kind of climb around on over here. It kind of flows really cool.
I've just turned on to your stream, so.
Do what?
I'm curious about this near impossible spot that someone was talking about last stream of Blacky's gameplay.
Find this.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh hell! I just got into.
Are you sure?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not the one that built the level. I don't know where things are. What are you talking about?
Sarah, I don't. Because I'm seeing a climb a lot. Sarah, I don't know if you in the put the message scene. Do you know how to vault with keyboard and mouse? I know we haven't put the controls in there, but I know you're new to the backer, new and a relatively new backer, so you might not.
Yeah, 100% expansion.
If you do, don't let me.
That's a really cool spot right there.
Because you can actually vault as everything with keyboard and mouse. So
that was a bit of a wacky climb, Jay. Could you do that again when David's looking?
Yeah, I'll see if I can do it.
Are you on Jayco's stream, David?
Should not. That's wall is way too high. The fact you picked that's crazy.
Yeah. Not only that, he done like a climb off that lower wall straight into the next one, and it just like zipped him to it.
Yeah, that's way too high. That ledge shouldn't even be picked up. That's crazy.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, that one kind of is a bit cooler. That one kind of looks okay. The other one, that's
not
crazy.
Currently in Gardner. Reverse is not working though. It should be.
It's only when you sprint into it. So like if I sprint into it and then hold it, I can.
So, sorry, for the reverse,
right
you
to
move to the left, semicircle up and to the right. Some people were doing semicircles down and wasn't getting it.
Yeah, those some people was
up
me.
and to the right. I mean, I wasn't naming names. So.
yeah, man. You should have just said, yeah, that.
So basically, Noma proved that it was user error that it couldn't reverse vault.
Yeah. You can be a doctor of fish, but you cannot play a simple video game. You know that's what it is.
Well, they don't have electricity in the water, so.
Oh, nice, Sarah.
Yeah.
Cool.
At least they shouldn't be. Sorry, Engarn, I'm not sure if I replied to your message or not. I think I did, but I also immediately forgot it. No, you can't stick precisions yet. That will come in the relatively near future. One of either the next or the update after, maybe. But,
soon.
Yes.
Don't make promises, Guns.
I'm keeping it vague. But I know it's one. I know it's one of the next big things to get worked on. So, and to be fair, also I gave you a timeline in updates, not in real time. One update might be 8 months. This one was.
Well, you guys did it before, so you know it might be possible.
Yeah, I joined at 0.5, and that was what,
a while ago,
a year and a half ago or something like that.
Has it been that long already?
Yeah. Yeah, it has.
At least you guys know we're not going to rush the game.
Yeah, for definite.
The game, when it actually releases, know that we have meticulously like, you know what I mean. When it releases, it's going to be perfect, because otherwise we'll extend the thing by 3 years or whatever we need to.
We're here for a reason.
Yeah, man. It'll all be worth it.
the saying is still true, you know. When it's ready. I mean,
When it's ready.
you know, we're still saying it.
I mean,
So-
Raj, Raj put it on a T-shirt, so it's definitely real.
And I bought that T-shirt, so it has to be real, right? You know.
I've got my stealth shirt on right now.
Here's Joel.
I love this design. This hits them.
I'm the guilty backer who hasn't bought any clothing yet.
I'm the guilty employee that hasn't bought any clothes.
Tut, David.
You know what we need to do, right? I'm just gonna be straight. We need to put like an actual like. Let me design it. Honestly. Like, let me actually design the hits clothes. I'm being deadly serious as well.
Well, you want to design all of it, or you want like a David design?
Not a design for me, but I want like a proper like. I want to do a collection. I'm trying to do my own range.
You want a proper design.
So we should do a collection.
You're saying
Raj's
designs aren't proper?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying that. I want a proper David design though.
Oh, every dev.
I want
like
a You know how it's like fall, winter, and like yeah, like autumn, winter, and then fall, like spring, summer collections or whatever. I want like a DA 22. Like
yeah, they've just had like Giles and whatnot join. So
Joy Story, yeah.
Job.
Yeah. I will just probably be like, Bloggy, help.
Yeah.
You give all this talk, you're like, I want to do my own designs. They're like, all right, here's the key.
No, I'm joking. I will do that.
You just look at it like,
I'll just copy some ACG like jacket and just be like, yeah, stick the hits logo on there. There you go. Look at me. Oh, so innovative. But no, that's gonna be really cool. I'm excited to get all the. I think he's I think I was speaking to Drew about. I think Bloggy's he works in Clo 3D. He's doing work learning that. So obviously like that Marvel is quite similar. So hopefully, like, you know, as they produce more clothes and as the like clothing brand goes and that, we get different clothes. Because I think, to be fair, if we do that character creator, we might have to spend a bit of time and have each star wear something different.
So out of curiosity, you said that what he works in is similar to Marvel. If it's similar, could you take, or not take, but like, yeah, could you take his designs and just port it into the game? Easy. So it's already done for you, basically. Maybe just
not just drag it. You have to like actually like, because then you have to set up some like UV stuff for that. But then I need to rig it in Maya to the actual skeleton. So it's like the process is like you create the cloth in. Because then there's a lot of other like things you're meant to do. I didn't like. You should take to like ZBrush or something and like do the like cloth pit, like actually like make it good, like a good like 3D artist
with like
will look
sculpting and stuff.
Yeah, like proper like skin weights. You actually paint all the weights and stuff, and not just. I just did like I did paint it actually. Took a bit of time, but I used the tools to speed up the process basically, but. You should take a lot longer, or at least be better at it than me. But yeah, I mean, I think for this next one, a cool content update, I think we'll just be adding all 7 storing and just being able to switch between them in like a menu, and just pick who you want to play as and switch. Like pretty like in terms of just the meshes, it's pretty straightforward. Obviously, the one thing I think we just need to have is just different clothes, for each one, and then. I mean, then you can even look at like a clothing thing, whatever, and then we can even be like, fuck it, let's make a character creator, you know, I mean, or something like that, you know, later on down the line or whatever. Yeah. But no rush in that, I think. That can be further down the line.
David, I may have found a collision bug.
Hashtag blame guns.
Heyo.
Thanks.
See, I want that as my clothing line. That's what I want my clothing line. Just blame guns.
I didn't decide who Josh. I don't know. How did they decide who Josh is going to be the first?
I don't know. It was before me. I wasn't there.
I wasn't here either. You joined a couple months after.
Like swag value, isn't it?
Jump over this.
Swag value.
Jump through the wall.
What does that mean?
If it was swag though, they would have had Swaggy Bob. So.
The thing is, we've got like I don't know if we've got it on us, but we've obviously Josh, like Toby's metahuman is nuts, like super hyper real. So I think when we get our hands on that, we'll actually like he'll definitely be in.
Well, his face is, but the whole body isn't, is it?
Yeah, no, the whole body isn't. But obviously, just stick his head on fucking. Stick his head on
Stick
Josh's
his head
body.
on.
Who knows? Like,
Stick his head on a stick, man. He'll be fine. Right?
he'll be fine. Everyone just be like, "Whoa, look at the beard." Give a shit.
How do I disable all these Discord noises every time someone joins, leaves, or does what? It's ding.
Streamer mode, I think, right?
Yes.
Ah, piss.
I mean, you could also
just start OBS and then it automatically starts streamer mode. But that's kind of janky. But
yeah,
you can turn off the sounds as well somewhere in the Discord settings.
Regardless, so the hoodie, the trousers, the hands, the feet,
Toby's head on Josh.
they're all separate meshes. So you can actually just you can interchange whatever. So we like the torso, the legs, the socks, and the shoes. You just keep you can keep the same. You just change the main mesh body, which is the hands and feet, a neckline, I think, and then change the head, and that'll do different story. So there's literally only two out of however many meshes you use to make up the skeleton.
Do a STORROR build a bear. To build a STORROR.
I think when Dado first started like using the MetaHuman creator, I think Josh was the one who looked like the best of all of them.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
who came out the best, and maybe that's why they kept going with Josh.
I think it probably was. Josh looked the most like Josh. Who
Yeah,
looked terrible? I think Benji's one looked awful.
yeah.
Benji didn't even look like Benj.
No, Max's looked pretty bad, didn't it?
Oh yeah, no, Max's looked terrible.
Yeah.
No offense, Max. I don't know if Max is watching.
No, Max doesn't look terrible. Max's MetaHuman looks
terrible. It's just like Max looks terrible.
Absolute mess. Absolute
Even worse in 3D.
So what's the? Is that me? Oh, that is me, isn't it? Fuck. Shit.
You panicking? You're right.
This stream has ended. Please end the stream. Thank you. Goodbye.
Cricket noise.
Yeah, we're just down to 2 streams, and one of them's not loading. So no too shabby. You are the only.
You know
one
what?
people watching
I
right
could.
now.
What the shit? I could.
If I have to,
Hold
I'll show you people how it's freaking done.
Yeah, Sunday.
Bunch of rookies, all of you. I also want to see this main menu again. Way.
So this wall has a.
I found an issue with the game. When you jump and like you glitch for like a floor or something, and you just bottomless ocean, it just makes it so your screen goes black.
Oh yes, that's Guns special effect.
Hey,
Gotcha.
Because we all know that the bottom of the sea is black.
I mean, if you go deep enough, eventually.
Yeah. If you don't go without any light. It's
Deep enough with no light, yeah. But
yeah.
but if you close your eyes, theoretically.
Yeah. You know, I am a scuba diver. I'm certified extractor.
Are you actually?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Dado? Dado.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a rescue diver as well.
Oh really? Oh, that's great. We should go to some trip together then.
Yeah, I haven't actually dived in 2 years, but I did go all the way up to rescue diver, and then basically to fund my PhD, I had to sell my equipment, which is fun. So
no way, that
sucks.
Super sucks.
Yeah, I mean it's quite an expensive hobby to keep up anyway, really.
It is. I mean, the traveling and
well, that's what it is. It's like if you really want to go for it, you kind of do need to go. Well,
I
was about to say
only if you want to do it somewhere fancy.
Actually, there's some awesome stuff in England. I mean, my best diving experience was off a place called the Isle of Lundy, which is down near Bristol. I don't know if anyone knows that.
No.
Basically, we sailed from Bristol port and then go to this island called the Isle of Lundy, and from there we dived off a boat in this area where all the seals live. So I was
nice.
I just spent like
It
an
was
hour.
like a wreckage, or it was just like empty?
Oh, it's relatively close to where they breed, but like not in a place which is going to impact them necessarily.
Not close enough that it's awkward.
Huh?
It's close to where they breed, but not close enough that it's awkward.
Yeah, more or less, yeah. But the island's only inhabited by maybe like 200 people or something like that. Don't quote me on it. So we went and did the dive, but then we spent the night on the island as well. They've got like one pub on the island, one hotel. Yeah, it's like that type of place. I don't even know how many people live there. But we spent the night there, and then the next day was diving with seals. It was awesome.
Oh,
really cool thing was it wasn't a tourist trip. It was like we hired a fisherman to take us on his boat, and then we he knew where the seals were basically, and then we had to come up with a dive plan, sort of on the spot and plan it all, etc. It was like kind of like Mission Impossible type shit. Because usually when you're diving, you're diving as a tourist more often than not.
I've heard that they one of the best. Oh no, it's gone. Oh, no, it's, one of the best school is in Ireland. Like they were doing a lot of like lots of like the best divers in the world. They are Irish. I'm really not sure why, but they're like super technical divers, and but they do shit like they do like repairing gas pipe like 500 meters down the sea, stuff like that, right?
Yeah. Like commercial diving, not like
yeah. Because like I don't know like which I don't know the international names, but like I go like the 3-star certification like I don't know if you got the same they go down to 30, 40, 50, like the various things, and then you start to use oxygens, right?
Yeah. So you do open water, advanced open water, rescue diver, master diver, and dive master, I think.
According to the chat, we've got someone in there called N Gardner who said they're a paddy dive master.
Yeah.
What is it? So in the chat?
Yeah,
it's a few messages back. N Gardner.
But like typically, if you're a dive master, you would have done like it's almost the equivalent of doing like an apprenticeship. You end up working at a dive school for maybe like 4 to 6 months or something, and over that time you accrue an awful lot of dives, which you can then submit as experience to get your dive master certificate, along with examinations and the skills you've got to demonstrate, etc. But a lot of it is just getting the dive numbers up. I can't remember what the actual number is now, but it's an awful lot.
Yeah, it's a little bit like when you do flight lessons, right? You need to get there is the PPL.
Hours in the air or something.
Like 50 hours, and then you get like. But have you did night diving?
Yes, I have.
That's brilliant. Yeah,
it was really cool. I did it off the coast of a small. Do you know? There's Tenerife, Gran Canaria.
Yeah.
And there's a place called Anfi, and they have like an artificial beach there, and just like a man-made, like flood defense. Where they just put loads of rocks in a row to break the sea up. And we dived along there at night, so we used just by torchlight underwater, and that's like super cool. Again, it's like Mission Impossible shit.
Yeah.
We saw some really cool stuff, like a lot of like the pelagic fish, or the fish that just swim out in the open. they were actually just like asleep, like on the rocks. They were just like lay down, which is bizarre to see. And the nocturnal fish, so which is the ones which would typically during the day be amongst the crevices of the rocks, etc. Those are the ones which are awake. And one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen was something called, I think it was called a tunshell snail. It was basically, imagine a garden snail, but the size of maybe a football, like a British football.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and that was just crawling along the beach, and I was just blown away. It was just this massive snail, and
Wow.
yeah, that was super cool. And then we also saw like cuttlefish, like fluorescing at night,
Yeah.
octopus, etc. Yeah, really cool. We also had on a different night dive had an encounter with a stingray. It was
Oh, that's sketchy.
not happy that we were there while it was trying to rest. Let's say that. So it kicked up all the like sediment around it, so it was like a massive plume of silt in the water.
Oh.
We couldn't really see anything, and then we just saw it dart off. But like they sort of kick that sediment up and then do a little display and
Yeah.
off
Oh,
mate.
wow. Like when I did the like again, I don't remember I don't know the proper English name, but so basically like you can have like a certificate that that you can dive at night. It's like one of those things that is required.
It's called the Paddy Night Diver, and you get a small
yeah, you get the thing, right?
Plastic which says you can do this basically.
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, and then and I did it in Italy. And all these things I did in Italy when I was like 20, and like a long time ago, and I was young and hip. But like this night session, right? The way when they give you the certificate, they did it in this lake, right? Well, it was an artificial lake, and it was used by the electricity company because it was in a mountain, and there was like this big like a dam, and then there was this like electricity water thing. So basically, there were like massive
jump and walk on the slope
turbine at the end of this lake.
Hydropower facility.
Yeah, like like when they were like very,
so there'll be a
big
big dam and big turbine.
Yeah, I don't think it's
the big turbines, right? And so basically, we went down this lake, okay, and basically the task was they put sort of like a flag onto a certain direction. I say the flag is 10-degree north from here, right? So you will actually dive, and then without any like any aid, you will go to orient yourself into that 10-degree north, right? Until you actually got that flag, right? So if you came up with the flag, then you pass the test, right? Because you could like orient yourself in the darkness. And the thing is, right, the flag was pretty close to this massive, series of turbines, right? And they say, well, don't worry, they're not in use now. And therefore, that is sketchy as F, right? Like, I don't want to dive at night, not seeing anything, and there's this like freaking turbine.
So, yeah, I've got a similar story. I mean, it wasn't at night, but there was a really popular dive spot in Gran Canaria that you could do from where we were staying, and we dove that, and it was basically you could almost guarantee that you was going to get shoals of like thousands of fish. So it was like a bit of a spectacle. Basically, all it really was a piece of like dead old coral, like a massive like old like rock reef, if you know what I mean. When we went there, we were diving there with this huge shoal of fish, and then you could just hear this like massive like turbine sound, and we're like, "What on earth is going on?" And this was one of my first ever like international dives. And it was like, "What on earth is going on?" And then within about 2 minutes, this submarine passengers.
Whoa! No way.
Yeah, and it was like one of those tourist submarines which go out to try and find dolphins.
Ah, okay, right.
But you know, like regardless of whether it's a tourist submarine, it's still it's still a fucking submarine, and I was just like blown away. Like I'd gone down there to see fish, and before I knew it, it felt like I was in the middle of like a war. There was like submarines, there was fish flying all over, and I was just like, what on earth is going on? But yeah, that was cool. And because it was a tourist submarine, they had a lot of windows on the side.
Yeah,
we were sort of trying to like wave back, but also like, what the fuck?
Have you tried to do cave diving?
No, not yet. No, that's
sketchy.
As far as I'm considered, quite advanced.
Yeah, that's sketchy as far. We did it again when we were like into this certification program, and that is bad. I did like my second one. The first one was okay. It was like very nice, and this like there was this this waterfall. It was in the middle of a mountain, and there was this waterfall inside the rock. So you need to go inside the mountain, and then there was this sort of like aperture, like this opening in the in those rocks, and there was this waterfall coming down, and it was like amazing, right? And they were like, and those caves, there were like tons of those caves, like hundreds of those. So we said, right, okay, let's try again, let's go into another one, and then that you always need to dive with at least one person, right? You go your
yeah.
Absolutely. So and my mate was my best friend, and we were pretty relaxed, laid back. We didn't really take it seriously, right? That's very bad, right? But anyway, like we go there into this cave, and my torch after about 5 minutes in, it didn't work. It started like glitching and flashing. So I thought, well, it's not good, right? But then I had my friend there. I was like, yeah, I just follow him. But at some point, I just lost him, and I was like inside the cave. Like I don't know how deep it was, but probably quite deep, right? Like pitch dark, and like if I think about it, right? Like I never experienced such darkness. Like the complete, like if you close your eyes, or like when you like if you close all your windows and go into a very dark room, that's not even dark enough. Like that darkness there, it was something that I've never experienced in my life. And like you really couldn't see anything, and and I'll say I was there. I had enough oxygen, but like about 30 minutes, right? So enough, but not really like too much.
The training tells you to just stay there, right? Once you're lost and you can't locate your buddy, it's like stay where you are. For, I think it's 1 or 3 minutes or something like that.
Yeah. And I thought like, okay, there is this corridor, so right, I just go straight. I mean, what I thought it was straight. And I just started banging against every possible wall. I really got like completely lost. And then like after about 10-20 minutes, I somehow, after banging on all the walls, I managed to get out of the thing. And I mean, my instructor at the time was furious with me and say, why did he let me? I was just like, I'm the victim here. I'm not like I was gonna like I was really in trouble there. But that was like, there's a very weird feeling when you are in complete darkness. It's very strange. It's like
I found being like underwater at night was like the most satisfying thing ever.
Yeah,
it's just like it's so isolated. Like you can't you're completely at mercy of like being in the water, and that's all you can think about really. And then you have like the pitch, the total darkness, and then your mind starts running, and then you're like trying to control your mind, and yeah, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. That's why it's not a beginner's dive, you know.
No, yeah, no, you don't want to have that beginner.
Like that
No,
would
for sure.
terrify anyone, I think.
Yeah.
If you want to restart the time trial, Lego, press left on the D-pad.
That didn't work.
Oh,
It didn't work.
Yeah, when I pressed it, it didn't restart.
I wonder if someone's disconnected that. I'm gonna go have a look.
Like it
No,
worked before,
I
but
think that sound means Dado disconnected it.
No, I didn't.
no, like it
I
worked
know.
before, but sometimes it doesn't for some reason.
Oh, like it. Oh, so it is connected. It just sometimes it's touched.
Yeah.
That's Gant then. That's definitely
Yeah, that's
Gant.
me. Then. To be honest, the whole time trial system's a mess. It's kind of like in a state where it works, and I don't want to break it right before release, but it needs rebuilding from scratch. It's a mess.
Enough.
my like biggest criticism of this right now.
No, we don't want criticisms.
I was gonna spin it. I was gonna spin it. Is that like I'm just dying to do the things I know you're going to be doing?
Oh, okay. No, I got the same thing.
I'm just like looking at this spot right now, and I'm like, imagine just being able to like pounce onto this wall, like that, almost exactly. In fact, you know, you pounce onto this wall, but instead of dropping off, you're sprinting across the wall. You jump off, you stick this landing here, then you plyo.
By the way, your stream's not loading for some reason, then.
Is it not?
No, it's on like a permanent like buffer thing. Like it's just.
I feel like once precision jumps being developed, I feel like this map is just gonna open up to us even more.
Yeah, it's gonna be insane.
Which I can't wait for.
I mean, just in general, once precision
Is it working now?
it opens so much. Let's see. It opens so much gameplay. Yeah, it's working now. Yeah, once precision terrain in general, it just opens up so much gameplay.
What was I saying? Where was I? I was here. Right. But I'm like here. And imagining sort of climbing onto this wall, but pouncing onto it, not balancing, sprinting.
Yeah, but you're always
and then
if you want to go up and stay on the wall, you're always going to be in a balanced state of some description. There might be better mocap, but you'll still be in a balanced state.
Yeah. Or even perhaps not conging that, but stepping up, leaping, precision up to the top here.
That'd be cool.
You put this little slant thing in. What's this slant? This is a spooky secret.
Oh no, so it's a remnant from the very first version of this map. So originally this map was supposed to be lit at like almost like golden hour, like almost sunset, sort of 6-7 o'clock type thing. So we needed lights around the map, and we wanted the buildings lit up with floodlights. So there are strategically placed floodlights to light up the buildings. And then we decided that it was way too performance intensive to have lights everywhere. And it wasn't the focus of, like, that sort of performance wasn't the focus of this version. So we took it back to daytime, and then I've just left the floodlights there because, like, kind of cool. Just adds world context and fills in those little gaps.
Later versions, are you guys planning to add, like, day and night cycles? The day and night cycle?
I hope so. I don't know if we are. But
I'm expecting you're probably going to start with just singular levels, I'm guessing.
I don't.
I would feel
not sure how
if there's if you can like, my bad.
I was going to say I want day, night, and weather cycles personally.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be day night. Like, I would like if you just like pick a time between like I don't know, day or night, morning, all that. Because I feel like that would be awesome to pick like different times for whatever you want to do.
That might not be too bad because then we can curate the how it's set up rather than having to have it work dynamically all the time.
No, the dream would be like seasonal cycles as well, right? So you have like leaves on the ground.
For me
Makes it more
personally, yeah.
slippery, and that would be the dream, right? That would be so cool. But
I'm not sure if that level is the direction, but it's my personal direction. It's what I want.
yeah, exactly. It's like a dream situation, right? I'm not sure if it's gonna get there, but
That'd be cool.
that would be freaking amazing.
Thing is, it would add so many challenge elements that might make the casual gameplay experience kind of impossible.
Yeah. But one can dream.
One can dream. A man can dream.
Can't wait to see double cone in this game. It would be awesome.
And if not, maybe
actually have
modding
Minecraft now.
makes it possible.
What was that, Leonard? Sorry?
And maybe if it's not gonna be in the base game, modding might be a thing
Oh, somebody will mod it.
as well.
I'm so excited.
I've heard certain things about modding, so I'm gonna make it my life's work to get leaves into the game that makes it more slippery.
I'm actually so excited to see what modders do to the final game. Like after final release, it's not in dev anymore. I'm so excited to see what modders do to it.
Yeah.
Maybe a thing called more of a chance to get the 360 jump mod.
I'm so excited to see what speedrunners do to this game, because speedrunners are gonna break this game inside out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Maybe.
Like on 0.04a, I've already tried to get it registered on speedrun.com, but they
won't
didn't have it.
Until it's the final game, I don't think they will.
Oh, they for sure will. But that was their like reply to my application. Like, just submit it again when it's fully released game, or at least like something a bit more
a bit more substantial.
Yeah, exactly.
Curious if there was story in this game. I wonder what it will be about.
Was that sorry?
I wonder if there is going to be story in this game. I wonder what it'll be about. Considering it is about Star, the team. So
we were talking a little while ago about it being like almost like chapters or seasons that get released. So it'd be like a Rooftop Asia chapter, like a Verki chapter, a STORROR chapter, Double Tomato chapter, and it's like a new character and a new area would come with it, and there'd be like a little story that guide you through it type thing. And then it creates like this cycle of we can be making content for the game after final release, because it would just be like new chapters and new seasons coming up.
Can't wait to like have the point of the game where you can just have like POV rooftop escape, like fucking Star. It'll be awesome.
100%. There's going to be rooftop escapes.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be inside of a loot box you have to buy for $25. So just
honestly, I might buy it. I
will for sure. There's no doubt about that.
I think the game just needs to be Caveman 5 plus some flips. Done.
Expansion, yeah. So there's going to be. We have the foundation for a system kind of like that, where you have like sketchy landings, clean landings, bad landings now. Because we have currently it's not really used, but we have a value for all the vaults that we can set as to how clumsy they are, how clean they are. And once upon a time, Dado did have it set up with like injury curves. So if you timed the vault wrong and clipped your knee, you would actually like stumble coming out of it, and it would pick different animations. Which at the moment I don't think is in any way compatible with the current vault system. But yeah,
I just realised
it's
I'm
something
watching the stream. I'm
basically.
playing. Shit.
Sorry.
I'm not gonna lie. I wish I could play, but I need to be managing the stream.
I mean, we're not gonna hate you if you want to play it.
Nah, it would be too much for my PC anyway.
Alright.
I mean, I probably could do it, but it wouldn't be good with the stream quality.
And we need you to answer questions, man. I mean, we can't have you distracted by playing the game. That's not how this works.
That's not. Yeah, playing the game is not my job right now. My job is to manage the stream. I mean, it's handy as well because what's nice is because you guys don't see the map all the time. You're running around exploring things, so there's like little seams and stuff between meshes that I don't see are wrong because I don't go to that part of the map as much as I should because I have a habit of just like you work in the same space.
Bananas and pajamas.
So I see you guys run around and it's like two meshes aren't lined up properly. I'm like, oh, need to fix that. So I'll jump in, fix it, and I'm doing that live whilst the stream's going.
Fix this one.
Very.
It's who? Wait. Yep, that's one of them. Yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah.
Two meshes or something.
Annoying about that as well. At one point, I actually fixed that months ago, and somehow it's come back, and I don't know when.
Just so you know, Guns, the meeting has ended again.
Yes, and I'm setting up a new one now.
Yeah.
There's one here as well, Guns.
Who's that? No more.
Yeah.
Sure. Where are you? What's not lined up?
Yes. Look, you can see the.
Are they not lined up, or is that just a shadow in the corner?
I don't think it's meant to.
The camera bugs into the wall, and then yeah.
I'll go have a look at that one. Okay.
Something looks wrong about that, like occlusion there, like that dark patch along the seam. On side, it's like, yeah, it's just not quite right.
I shall have a look. I shall investigate.
You shall.
How do I get the? Sorry.
Detective Guns.
Detective Guns.
I'll do his investigation.
I've made us a new meeting, by the way.
What?
I've made us a new meeting.
Okay, yeah, it's because it's.
Are you going to be a new fruit for the new meeting?
Of course, yeah. I mean, I need to go in.
Yeah. every hour, you're a new fruit.
You're just what fruit's gonna be.
Oh god, that's way cooler.
Oh, he's gonna be a potato now.
Like a pineapple.
One thing I will say, Dado, is like once you like recognize.
That's me scuba diving, man.
I can't see because I'm playing. I can't see.
Now watch on the YouTube stream.
1 sec.
This is amazing.
I'm trying to find the biggest mystery in this game.
Where? Let's see.
Look at him go.
Wow.
Look at him go.
Wow, across 2 screens as well. David's left again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is amazing.
Yeah, I'm leaving you on the 2 webcams, Dado. You get to be 2 webcams. Also, no much. You know what's weird? I just went and looked at that place. Those 2 walls that meet in the corner there behind that lamppost, that's one mesh. It can't be misaligned.
So there's something wrong with like the ambient occlusion or something then, isn't it? I'm not sure.
It does look odd, I will admit.
Guns, I think you need to mute it on the.
Oh, I already did mute
you.
It took me a sec, but yeah, I muted.
No, you, because I hit you twice.
Oh, apologies.
I know you always mute me. There we go.
No, the normal.
Is cat pass up then down?
You flick it up, so it's up and like return to center.
Wait a sec, you never done a cat pass before?
Yeah, I was just trying to like. I've been
No
doing
much,
cat
yeah.
passes for years.
Has been here for 1.5 years. Has never done a cat pass.
I was just trying to like make it more consistent. I was like, yeah, am I doing it right?
Oh, see, there you just need to be better.
Oh,
You just need to get
freaking
good.
Nomas watched cat passes get coded by Dado and just never hit one.
You can actually vault from quite far back from the wall. The window, the time window is quite generous.
I'm just trying to like play with the like trajectory.
In fact, Dado, am I right
See,
in saying that if
be,
the decal's
that
there,
should be a
you can
concrete
vault?
to hit, shouldn't it?
Sorry, I didn't hear any of you.
Would I be right in saying, Dado, that if the decal's showing on the wall, you're close enough that you can make the input for a goal?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
So there's the timer.
Yeah. So shouldn't we should make this? We should make that concrete, right? Because if you do it next to it, he lands like here. But if you do it trying to aim at it, he always lands like here.
Show us. I'm on your stream now, so.
Oh.
It's probably just that for whether timings be things like that.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
okay, yeah,
like,
I got it that time.
The animations are checked against the bank of mocap we've got based on what footstep you're on, how fast you're going, the height of the wall, the distance, things like that. So if you just time it wrong, it will pick an animation. In theory, it's always giving you the most accurate animation to what would really happen in real life because it's based on real animation.
So is the intention that are you gonna add some like UI to indicate like how precise your input is being? Or is it just a case of like everyone has to figure it out?
Yeah,
I think figure it out. There'll be like a score system that comes up saying what move you've done.
Okay.
And the score for it. So I guess that's like your confirmation. Because it might even come up saying like that was. We could have it come up being like you was too early, like that was late, that was early, that was.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. So for now, it's just like as long as I input like earlier than here, I'm getting enough trajectory to land on here.
But that makes sense.
If I leave it just like a split second later, sort of here, then I'm down to here then.
But that makes sense in real life. So because if you
stand
next,
it's working. Yeah,
if you stand him next to the wall, that's quite a high wall. And if you leave it late, the arc has to go high to get over it, and it means it's going to come down rather than go out. Whereas if you do it earlier, he can do a shallower arc because he's got more time to go up, which means you can have more horizontal.
Okay. I should try to input like here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But like the input needs to be like here. Yeah, that makes sense. Actually. Because then, like, you pounce one foot sort of here, and then you pounce another foot here, and then your hips are high enough to actually get that build over the wall, and then that, in fact, is going to pull you all the way over there anyway, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
I see.
Yeah,
that is actually spot on then. So it's here. Yeah. Okay.
I wanted to get enough, enough room for you, if you input your intention, let's call it like your intention to do something a lot earlier. What I really want to do is like play a lot longer pre-animation to like do that cap, because like when we recorded those mocap animation, we recorded the whole thing, right? So like
speed, Sarah.
We need to go like you can go like down like back in time in the mocap animation, even like 5 or 6 steps before the actual like cap pass. So
did you see that
will give you a different motion. I think that is really cool.
Do you see that?
But then you lose the responsiveness. No, say again. Do again, sorry.
Do you see that vault I did then?
I saw the last one, right?
So he literally lands like on the edge, then darts back up.
Yeah.
It's going to be much better once there's a way to actually stick.
Yeah, I know.
I think it's gonna like literally change the game entirely.
I think that we always said, "Oh yeah, no."
Yeah,
we always
no,
said that with
now that you've
precision
explained it, it's
speed.
actually more satisfying. So I'm just wondering if there is some way to indicate that, like it might feel better.
I think you have to have because the problem is like with the way the system works, right? Like, although there's a lot of things that realistically, right, where you like you said, like now you're sort of figuring out the foot placement, the speed, all that kind of thing. But like you have to have feedback for that, right? Like it can't just be of like figure it out, dude. Like it makes sense for like someone that does parkour and all that, but for like the average person just playing the game, they need to know you're doing it too late or you're doing it too early or like whatever, right? Like
nice.
we need some kind of feedback so that they can improve, and also is able to just like to be able to distinguish like what's a good cat pass or what's a bad one, and how do you do a good one? Because like theoretically,
David,
if an animation exists, sorry, yeah, to say like if an animation exists that is within your coverage, it's not actually a bad cat pass. Like you could do it early, right? But then we could pick an animation that's like someone vaults from close to the wall. Then it's like that's actually not a bad cat pass, right? Because there is a move that does that. It's whether or not doing it close to the wall and picking that move is a bad cat pass, or is it with your lack of coverage for the situation is a bad cat pass, or but then there's like a bunch of things that go into that, right? It's like, why did I have a lack of coverage? Was it angle? Was it like, do you know what I mean? Like that is when you have to they have to know why they're getting it wrong. Beyond just like they just didn't do it, or it did it and it wasn't good. That's nice.
Nice, yeah, that was cool. So like if in between that, I think gameplay enhancer is going to be something that makes me feel like the impact of each of these motions. So
the haptics.
Like in my head, I know in real life, like wow, dash, cat pass, then climb up, then obviously we would have probably stepped down to that and probably thrown over and tried to pre this maybe. You know, you do something like that, and it's like that to me was satisfying just playing it out because I can feel that myself from past experience. But I'm just wondering if like a player needs something which emphasizes each element that's going on here, because like I don't know, yeah, whether the score alone is enough for that.
It could be. I think it's also going to be like a combination of a lot of things, like sound design, all these different things will play.
There was a weird reversing thing there.
Yeah, it happens after Evolve. I think I need to have a look. But yeah, like sound design, actual like doing things in an actual like so many things will actually go in to actually make each move feel cooler than this now. Like because like now we're just jumping up on white boxes, right? It's never like
that to me though, like that's already mega cool because like I know what it represents.
But like yeah, so now when you hear the sound right of that bang and you hear the footsteps and everything, and they all come together. You know, whether it's you hear breath or whatever it is, it all comes together. That's when I think the normal person will be like, "Oh, that was cool," even if they're just doing a cat pass. It's like that was cool. Yeah.
It's just
like obviously in real life, this area, 1, 2 rails, a wall, a small wall here, and a bench. That could be like a 3-hour training session easily.
And in theory, you could spend a lot of time here, right? I think
that's what I mean. Yeah, once the versatility is there, it's going to be like this alone is loads. Like once there's enough gameplay elements to make this feel impactful, like just this tiny area is going to be a lot.
Which is why, like, I think this level is so cool, right? Because I remember initially Dad on Guns, you'll know, like we were saying like how it's too dense. It's like it's super highly dense, like there's too many walls and too many things.
But that's because the system couldn't handle it.
Yeah, exactly. But it's crazy now because now we're like, this map is huge, right? When you really like you said, like if all the gameplay systems were in, this small bit you could spend hours playing, right? And this is a fraction of the entire scale of the map. Like imagine, and these little small bits are littered all over the map. And it's just like a map of this scale, which we initially thought we're going to need loads of these. It's like, something like this could be however many hours of gameplay. So yeah, I mean, this map is actually huge. Like now, you can only really climb fluently.
Just like literally, the line I've just been doing, literally just moving that line, not changing a single thing, but just doing it here, instantly adds another level, like straight away. Just that block makes this whole small area like amplified by quite a bit.
Completely different, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Just adding.
And imagine like you can climb up to that, pre to the rail, jump down, jump onto the do you mean like now jump to there, or do this? So it's a completely new line. So
we're doing exactly what I've just done then, but with the advanced gameplay systems in, it'll feel like absolutely unreal.
Can you speed step that rail from that block?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Does it let you do it?
Let's try.
Because that's maybe like yeah, there you go. Because that's maybe the closest you could get to like a fake pre. Because you could pre to like speed step, and that's kind of like, I suppose that's like the cheaty version you could do.
That's what I mean. Like, and I'm just imagining like once the UI is there and like the impact is like delivered, it's already what you've got with this like quite basic stuff is.
Yeah, I think once the sound design and the music and like all the haptics, all the stuff that situates you in the world, once that's in, it's gonna feel so good. Because it does feel a little bit like where it's all silent, it does create a little bit of a disconnection between like your experience and the game.
I think as well, like the second you texture things, it's also like, because I think now things can feel a lot more repetitive because although in a different location, right, it's just a white wall.
It looks the
same, you just feel like you're doing the same thing, right? It's like I climbed this white wall here, it feels like me climbing the white wall somewhere else. The second is like a different building or a different surface, or one's brick, one's concrete, one's red, one's blue. You automatically feel like it's new. Like you actually preserve that sense of like, oh wow, this is so different and whatnot. Which I think will just go into like again making it climbs.
Okay, so these curves are troublesome.
Yeah, the curves are a nightmare. Even in the slants too. I need to have a look at that. There's something going on.
Sometimes it'll pick like the vertices here, or it'll just jump.
I actually know what it is as well. Mother trucker. It's because the normal doesn't update, because I have a pretty like strict check to be like, you don't update the sync point if your normal varies ever so slightly. And I think the normal of that, because it curves, does. So when you go on a quite so when you go on quite a curved surface, the normal changes drastically. Well, not drastically, but changes gradually, and so it doesn't update it as fluidly as it would like. I need to change that. I just need to be more lax with it, to be honest.
By the way, this is a spot that you can almost guarantee that you climb up stick animation to play.
Yeah.
Like, I'm imagining this with like more HUD, more like jazz going on, textured environment, like some sort of score, feedback to the player, haptics, etc., sound. And it's like it's already there, isn't it? Like almost.
But then imagine all that, but then your mate and all of us are in the level with you and doing the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like it feels like it's 0.1, but it's not a million miles away from how it's actually going to feel in the end, essentially.
Which is really like, I think that's sick to hear, because I mean, I guess that's the whole point of 0.1. I think Dada was saying it's like to really get a feel for what the game will be, like, and actually start to feel it out.
I almost feel like you do yourself a slight disservice by not having some sort of stick there, but at the same time, it's like, I see the direction with just getting the base, like what you would consider the basic elements down.
You mean this stick, like when you climb up to the walls?
I mean like a stick in general. Like I think. Yeah, like even if there was a prototype, some sort of stick mechanic, even a
No,
prototype,
they're probably gonna add next. Yeah.
absolutely enhance it just next
Yeah.
level. I'm just like when like you're considering like the bigger marketing push for 0.1 and potentially what you're going to like submit to your potential publishers, etc.
Try jump out of that. There you go.
To be honest, I can really just see myself once multiplayer is in, right? I can just see myself like walking around the map.
For me, that
just,
should
like,
have absolutely
cheering
been
people
a
on.
dash pre. Sorry, Leonard.
Yeah, I can see myself just like walking around the map and like see that people are trying to get a certain line done and just like cheering them on with animations and
Yeah,
like emotes and stuff.
just
That-
like
Emotes and-
walking around the map and just like celebrating when they finally do it, you know.
So like, yeah, you
can
can do that on Riders Republic, but like they've got emotes and you can sort of like cheer each other on, etc. But like they don't emphasize it beyond it just happening on screen, whether it was like more than that or not. But
Are you struggling
yeah.
there, Noma?
Emotes.
No, are you struggling to vault that wall?
I'm not able to do two things at once because I may have done some other things in my evening.
Ah, right. I thought you were
Child.
just missing the
An
input
entire
like
bottle
10,
of rosé.
10, 20 times in a row.
I'm trying to keep it family friendly, and you're like, "What you been doing?" And I'm like, well, there you want to, you know."
Oh, perfect.
Didn't know how to cut pass. Couldn't jump the wall. Hey, what is he doing here?
We know what he has been up to. We know
I'm
what
like,
he has been up to.
you know, I'm the finest streaming content. You see, this is it. I've been behind the scenes for a year, and now that I've actually got hardware to play, that's it. You can't shut me up now.
Well, we're doomed.
I should have never got a microphone, right?
Is your frame rate still good?
Yeah, frame rate's great, honestly.
Yeah, really good.
I'm not experiencing any frame drops, anything like that.
Yeah, mine's like solid. Like, well, it says 62.
Yeah, I clamp it at 60. I clamp it between 16 and 62. I may just clamp it at 60, to be honest.
But yeah, it's like I'm running my laptop on silent mode as well.
Oh, I
So-
mean less power, right?
Yeah, like less power, less fans, and it's still
Oh,
running
wow.
really
That's
well.
good.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Really good, actually.
So all it was just deleting everything that Gans did, and poof, like 62 frames.
Yeah, I could probably play this like 60 frames locked on battery mode at the moment, I think, given how like little resources it seems to be using now.
Yeah, now it's very lightweight.
Admittedly, it's like there is a bit of a softer image and there is the shimmering issue, but like other than that, as a whole, it looks very, very similar to what it did. Just a bit softer, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you were if I can be critical, if you were to pick one thing to maybe add back in on a graphics setting, it would maybe be the shadow draw distance. So I keep seeing quite a bit of pop in, especially with the lampposts.
Really? That's
Yeah.
interesting.
I wonder if that's related to that, like you say, like every time you start or respawn, you get that performance issue as well. I don't know if it's anything to do with that.
Oh, you got that when you teleport or when you like.
It seems to be the first time that you see the shadows, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
The draw in really quite slowly. I don't know if there's a way you can. Yeah. But you didn't have that on the previous version. That one happening on the previous one.
Yeah. No, the previous version started with like pretty much everything maxed out. And actually, we never had the.
These shadows are the worst for it.
Yeah.
Like from a distance, these sometimes just like flicker out.
I see. Oh yeah, because you never had the version with the menu setting, because last time we didn't have it, and this time I killed it. Just like yesterday, I killed it. I say, guns, I'm gonna kill it. And then I thought, you know what? I can kill more, and then I basically started to remove pretty much everything. So this way is running fast, not doing anything.
What happened to the controller UI that Guns was doing to teach you how to do?
Oh, that still exists. We just that still
It's
exists.
still
We just
there,
don't call it at the moment. Technically, it's being used for the session marker.
Yeah.
That D-pad you can see for the session marker is a live view of the controller. So when you press the button and it you see it press in, that is actually a controller being animated in real time.
Yeah. No, I've caught a bit of that in the stream, like so that's like actually rendering a 3D environment in that little space there.
Yeah, so as long as you've got that UI up on the screen, the controller actually exists in the level. And it's massive as well. It's like 5 times the size of Josh. It's huge.
You know what I see when I play this? Like, I try and see like how it would be in real life. So you would. I thought there were stairs there. To be fair, you would come up here and you'd walk around, and instantly your eyes would look up, and you'd be like, "Oh shit! Is that like in my reach? Is that something doable?" Yeah. You'd sort of maybe like pan your head around. You'd have a look at it, and then you'd be like, "Right, how can I get up here?" And then like maybe this part here is like barbed wire, you can't get up that part, and then you move along, and you're like, "Oh, there's a staircase." And then you maybe get to the staircase and there's another barbed wire fence, but it's got like the emergency hatch on it. You pop up the wall here, and then you get over the fence and you let everyone else in, and you come down here and you get to your challenge. I see that as like what you could enhance as like a story / gameplay element.
Sounds like a narrative, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I can see that playing out really well. It's like it's really similar to what Uncharted do with their gameplay elements. Like, and it allows all that chatter and talking to happen between the story boys, like along the way. Like you're not doing any parkour here, so technically you've ran out of gameplay here, right? And you're only getting to that next point. So this is where you could have all your chitter chatter and all your story banter or whatever, and you get to this gate, you have to do a little bit more like investigative parkour. Maybe something like you look up and like maybe the edge like sort of glows a little bit and gives you a little bit of hint, like, oh yeah, that's where we need to go or whatever. And you go over there, you let your other lads in, you come in, and then the challenge sort of unfolds before you or whatever. Like that's the way I see it sort of going, is like something that like enhances beyond like. So like right now, I just wonder to like the layman, you run through there. Do you see a gap? Does that look like a? Are you thinking about jumping to that ledge and then like instantly conging up and then like, like passing over to that top ledge there, lazying down, preeing to that, turning down, grabbing that top ledge there, dropping down, little descent line, jumping off here. Like I don't know that your average player is thinking like that, and I think like this game needs to pull them into that sort of thought. Like you want to kind of replicate what Storror's doing, but like your average player is just like, ooh, nice big Kong vault, and it's like, okay, that's cool. But like, is your average player thinking about like that little narrative, that storyline of finding that jump and getting up there and realizing it's hard to access, it's a bit risky. Maybe that's where your security element comes in. Maybe that's where you do get chased by security. Like stuff like that. Like that's what excites me a lot about this. Is like you're already building these gameplay elements, but like this is just a white wall, and I can already see exactly what you could make happen just with these little white walls. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Sounds like I think you're right in terms of like everything you said as well, but especially the average player doesn't think like that, right? So I think one of the, like you said, I think is really, which is why I think we'll need a story, right? Because
you'll need something that pulls them towards it.
Yeah, and also just because I think for a lot of people, parkour is seen as this just like flips and tricks, right? the whole concept of building a line in like a small space can actually be so much more, right?
Yeah,
Needs
it
to
really,
actually
really,
be
really can.
established to the player. Like they need to it's almost like it's big, it's greater than a tutorial, right? Because it's not just I'm not just teaching you how to play the game. I'm teaching you how to, and not just teach you how to do parkour in terms of these are how you do different moves.
It's what
You're
I used to
teaching them.
call when I was learning. It's what I used to call the parkour vision, right? Every now and then, you get like amongst friends, like we used to call it like we got a vision enhancement because suddenly like we've been training at a spot for like 5 years, and then suddenly you go there one day and you're like, oh shit, what about this? And then you'll bang it out and you'll be like, oh, I couldn't have done that 5 years ago, but all of my learning along the way about how to spot like different maneuvers and like different lines, like suddenly I come back to the same place I've been for years and years and years. And, like I can find something new. And yeah, we used to always call it like, oh, we've had a vision upgrade or whatever.
It's the why, right? It's the
game,
like why do I care about climbing?
Yeah.
Why do I care about accessing? So like obviously when you have your basic game modes of time trial, security chases, obviously, okay, why do I care about climbing this thing? It's like, well, I care because I'm trying to avoid some person. So that's these stuff are those are the more obvious ones. But in terms of free roam, it's like, why do I care about this little spot here? Why don't I just climb and just keep moving on, right? But then if you do a narrative and a story and sort of explain the whole backgrounds, especially Star, because I think their style of parkour is really key to that. Really appreciative of the environment, that kind of thing. So I think some kind of like story narrative or like a couple introductory missions that you play through to understand the why behind all of this and the why behind the moves and the how to really practice and play the game in a way that's authentic to parkour I mean, you have to have it, right? It's got to be so that people aren't just playing to just, I just want to jump around. It's like this game's actually so much more and will be so much more fun if you just understand the why. Like, why did we make it? Why is this
come
the way
down
it is?
to like it's gonna be accessibility and like gameplay enhancement things, because like a bunch of the guys in the stream have said they don't like this, but like pretty much everyone playing this game at the moment are people who've done parkour in real life, and like I think something like that, this little like black the marks on the wall, obviously you're going to have different UI by the time whenever, but something like that is guiding you towards like making a decision, because like it's like when you're designing in this game, if you started with an empty whiteboard and there was no ideas whatsoever, how do you design a level? Like you're stuck, right? But if someone tells you, oh, you need some rails and you need some walls and you need a low floor and you need a high floor, suddenly building that level is a lot easier, right? And it's like
or you just cheat code and just get a parkour, like you get Sam who literally designs parkour spaces
I think
with that vision.
Though.
Just
Like,
do it.
If you don't know how to do parkour, like something needs to pull you towards that direction. Because like if I don't know how to level design, what tells me to put a rail, a wall, and 2 different floor heights? But if something says, oh well, that's maybe what you need. So like if something over here is like telling me might be interesting to like do something with this rail and maybe come back on myself, do something with this wall, maybe come off this wall back over the rail, and then maybe there was another obstacle or something. Like if something sort of helped me understand that, like that to me is kind of like you almost need some sort of gameplay which is teaching you the parkour vision almost. Like
100%. That would be the narrative.
Players are just going to go like this. I think they're just going to go like that. That's it. And it's like it's like in real life, you could spend a day here if you really wanted to, and it's like, does the game want to go that far? Like how also guns. There's a one of your errors there. Look, you see.
Wow.
Hey. Your geometry.
I love how you stop mid-sentence to point out.
I actually don't know what.
Does the game? Oh, guns! You messed up here.
Yeah. Can you see it?
Oh, the 2 different materials.
I don't know if that's what it is, but
I
can see it.
So I don't actually know what to do about it at the moment, because the material the master material that every mission here is using has a slight distance fade on it, so that the opacities are different. So when you've got a whole white world level and there's different depths going away from you, you can actually differentiate objects. The problem is, if those objects are right next to each other, you do see the scene where one's faded and one isn't. Because it's based on the world origin rather than vertex.
Sounds like a bit of a hack, that then.
It is.
Did you get off Stack Overflow?
I'm going to Stack Overflow, it'll work.
Get that off Stack Overflow.
Yeah, no, that was it's a bit of a hack from me, and I need to actually address a better way of dealing with it. But also, if we're not sticking with white box levels, it kind of stops being a problem as soon as I start texturing the world. So like,
is it?
I care about it, but I also don't care about it. Because
is this intentional, right? If you hold parkour mode, RT, and then double right flick, you almost, well, I bet it's not going to happen. It seems to be that, for fuck's sake, it didn't even happen, did it? Alright, let me try again. There. Right? It seems to be when I do the double right flick, I get the 360 jump, then
it'll be a pure coincidence.
Safety vault. But it seems to be
that double flick input.
Again, look.
Yeah, that double flick input isn't actually dictating any difference in animation. There's a coincidence happening somewhere that feels like it's the double flick, and my guess is the extra time you're spending focusing on that, you're maybe slowing down and picking a slower moving animation or something along those lines. Or it's changing the time. But it's not actually picking a different animation based on a double flick.
Yeah, it's not even doing it now. I'm going to go home, mate. Where's the squeeze at? What, you know, where's the squeeze? Give me my shimmies.
It exists at the moment. I think they got pulled because it wasn't working properly.
You know how many hours I semi-watched the stream of David building those shimmies?
Yeah, and then Dado killed it mercilessly.
Yeah, kill it. No mercy.
I've seen far too much of these streams.
You've probably seen more of the stream than I have, to be honest.
It's because for ages, whilst I was writing absolutely terrible R code, I just had the stream on in the background.
Okay.
And I'm still to this day writing terrible R code.
You know you can climb out of that pit, don't you? Don't you, No Too Shabby?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Get your pit out. Are you playing, Leonard?
No, I don't have access to a controller at the moment.
Real shit, that. Real shit.
You can play keyboard and mouse.
Hey, you can play keyboard and mouse?
You can vault, jump and climb and run around and sprint with the keyboard and mouse. The only thing you don't have is a session marker.
Yeah, poo head.
Oh, this guy.
That was such a
He's on a roll.
insult.
He's on a roll. Normal, like unstoppable.
Oh, this guy.
But yeah, Leonard, if you want to play, you don't need keyboard and mouse. Sorry, you don't need gamepad.
All right. Let me download that shit. Let me download it.
You see, this is what makes me think the first-person camera should be dynamic. So this goes back to like when I was talking about like you walk up to this spot, Imagine the camera like zooming into first person, and then as you look over the gap, the wide angle lens suddenly starts pulling back, and that FOV is really wide. You get that scale of the jump, and you're like, wow, what a jump! And then suddenly the camera starts pulling back out, and you're in third person, ready to do the jump. It's like, yeah, let's get ready, boys, or whatever. And then, yeah, I can just imagine that being really cool with just like a few more things going on.
So that gap you're at now, Noma, you can make that jump going from the roof on your right to the wall on your left. You can make that jump. The flat one.
From that way to this way.
Yeah, you can make, if you get the angle and the speed right, you can actually make that jump from the flat roof to the wall. It's a super tight
Did your tutorial like cinematic camera survive the cut?
No. Technically yes, because it hasn't been deleted, but no, it's not surviving. It's pending death.
Oh man, look at this! Look at this! This is perfect for arm grabs.
Ending kill.
Look at this. We need absolute. Look at that.
Yeah, I know.
That should be an arm grab, 100%.
You should be able to cat pass that. I get.
Oh, really?
Not anymore, I think.
No, you used to be able to. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to. Yeah.
This is where the first person mode's handy, because like bang a wide angle lens on it, look, and it's like you can't pass that shit. What are you on about, boy? And then you're like back here, like, oh, maybe we should cat pass this.
No, at one point you actually could. You could actually cat pass that, but he would take like a ghost step in thin air and do a cat pass.
I want to climb up, sprint, jump. Oh, damn it.
You playing Leonard? Oh, you are. Let's get some. Wait, where's your? You're playing the wrong version, Leonard.
Am I? No.
You are. I just saw the UI.
I...
You're using the wrong version. You're playing the old point one.
Oh, that's why it was working shitty. That explains a lot. I haven't extracted the 10e version yet. Ah, that's it.
God, Dado, every time I look over and just see your little arms, like...
Yeah, just spacing around. It's amazing.
Like a T-Rex.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, I love it.
It's a little bit creepy if you take more than 5 seconds to look at your face in the helmet, because there's no head, it's just the face. So the second you turn slightly and it's like, oh, there's nothing behind the face. What the fuck?
Ah, yeah, I mean, it's quite...
You also don't have any ears.
What are we thinking about release candidate?
Release candidate? What do you mean?
0.1.
I think we can say this is officially 0.10, right? We need to run a proper campaign with the boys, right? The proper like PR thing.
Yeah, next week, right?
But yeah, I think like 0.10 is a cool version because 10 is a number that is very
synonymous
with common for the store. Yeah.
Yeah.
We probably want to keep it for a little while.
I'm looking at you guys play though. Like, I think for the first time, I know that I remember you said it for a while ago. The aim was to always like 5 minutes of solid gameplay. And watching all streams, you just bounce between. It's looking between like 10 to 15 minutes of like continuous, like decent looking gameplay in general.
I got 45 minutes and just one reset.
That's really good, actually.
Remember when you said placing a marker was going to be low frequency? 1 every 45 minutes. Yeah, it was low frequency.
Yeah, honestly, it's yeah, damn. I was generally like I knew it was good, but I didn't realize how easy it would be for everyone else to just do the things we were doing, which is I didn't know if because obviously we'd play it day in day out, right? So when like Guns,
Maybe you do.
Dado,
I'm busy working.
clearly not on the game. But you mean like yeah, we obviously use the different climbers just like when we're deving it, right?
Yeah.
Like well, I can't imagine how many times I've done a freaking climb while trying to figure out why the climbs are shit. But you just over time you just but like so then you don't expect the players to be able to do things that look like what you're doing, but the fact it does and it looks better even is really cool. Like I think gameplay clips now are gonna be the easiest thing in the world to get. Honest to God. Which I mean we'll put something out asking you guys this weekend probably to try and get once we give you the actual full 0-10. I think other than some UI tweaks, a couple fixes, I want to do a quick park past the IK. To be honest, I don't know about you, Dado, but his build looks pretty damn good.
Yeah.
No,
there's a couple things like with some of the vaults look a bit dodgy, and a couple things here and there, like some of the climbs doing some weird stuff. So I think there's some few fixes like the curved walls, the slant walls, not climbing, all that kind of crap. So a few fixes there, but in general, like pretty damn good.
Oh, I just realised I've missed a rail.
Oh,
it's one tiny little rail out in the middle.
That's what's breaking everything.
It's because you're scared of a grid. That's what I think it is. You don't use a snap to.
Like I was in one of our chat. I was proposing like a penalty notice for eyeballing, so that means the guns will only mean.
I was getting told off for eyeballing stuff.
Yeah, because the rails that you fixed, they were all eyeballed to very bizarre boxes.
Whose screen are you on?
My screen. Whose screen am I on? No, too shabby.
Oh, sorry. I was looking in the past, ages ago. Sorry, no, he was on somewhere. I didn't even realize you could get to. I was like, he's jumping between these little like awnings thing. That was pretty cool.
Oh, that was Sarah's screen.
Oh yeah, it was actually. I remember seeing.
I actually remember that specific bit because I was watching it and I was like, damn, I think this is the first person to come up here. Even I don't go here. I know you can, but I never do.
No, I've never done it, yeah. Oh, I'm sad. Alright, I might call it a night, that's rest for me. Get an early night rest.
How long do we want to run the stream for?
Up to you guys.
I think we can close it, right? I think it was extremely successful.
This is the best one, yeah. That was the best playtest by far.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I think it's purely just because I joined for the first time, obviously.
100%.
Oh, 100%.
No more, a little bit of RUM, wouldn't say it, but it's just the perfect co-streaming. We'll have to get you in more streams, mate. It's just
man, definitely.
Yeah, I'm super gassed, man. I can't lie. I'm excited now. I'm really excited.
I do miss the map with the containers, though.
So you may be back.
I do miss it. The 0.04a map. I do miss it.
My container map. Thank you.
Yes.
Some of us are just pure level. Like some of us are born to design levels. Clearly. Clearly. That map was a piece of like architectural brilliance, really. Did you like the random floating crane in the background? Yeah, I thought it really added to it. I didn't even notice as well.
I climbed that crane so much.
The giant cement thing was actually just like a tiny little beam that was odd by like 1,000 or something.
Yeah. To be honest, it was better
amazing.
than most of the stuff Gans tried.
There we go. There we go.
He's like, I was waiting for that.
I was. I've been sitting there waiting for it. I think I'm going to kill the stream then. So anyone that's still in the stream, thank you for joining us. It's been a fun playtest. And if you're not already a backer in the game, what are you doing? Back the game
right
come
now.
play it.
Or
Look how fun it is. Look how much fun people have. Hey, what's up, Raj?
Buy the game.
If you're not a backer, Raj, back the game. Come play.
Yeah. Wait, am I a backer?
Cheers, guys.
Oh god,
Yeah, you are.
We're at this point. Please buy our game. We're poor. Please do
No,
it.
you got the backer role.
No.
But the thing is, you've got the
I
backer
think
role,
that
but
just
were
gave
you
that.
giving it? Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
See, I'm
I
a
never
true
did.
backer from day.
Well, to be fair,
Right.
I think 2 years of unpaid service is worth it.
I'm gonna talk to Raj about this. David hasn't paid yet. I mean, we all paid.
Imagine
David,
it
you
just
have
takes
to
away
pay.
all my roles. You can't join the TikTok.
I'm gonna talk to Raj about
comment
this.
anymore. Guys, I just want to play the game.
Peace stream.